What's going on, y'all? It is every other Wednesday night. That means it is time for the backyard battlefield with me down south. 77 3-star draw, and I'll give him the music. Oh, that's
Hey.
awesome.
How's it going?
What's going on? What is that? What is the little crow figure?
So this was a antique doorstop that I found at a fucking thrift shop, and then I added the mini brand headphones from those mini brand things I've been buying. But yeah, he was just a doorstop, and then I noticed he said "Old Crow," and I was like, I have to buy you now. So it's all he is, beanbag. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that little thing, kind of the old school vibe. So, Crow brother, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
Oh, I'm all right, man. It's been slow going, not a whole lot of Hasbro coming in, so I've been trying to venture on other things and staying busy. How about yourself?
Oh, just making my way through the work week, making my way in the world today. It's taking everything I got. Um,
Yeah.
do want to start off by saying I was wondering if you was going to pick up on that.
I was there. I know the theme song, but I couldn't. The Cheers song, but I can't remember that one. I
It's
can't
isn't it
remember the next
weird
verse.
when
Yeah.
you hear something like that and it's kind of out of place because you don't have the music and you just hear a line and you're like, I've heard that a million times and I don't know what it's from.
No, I knew exactly it was Cheers, but I was like, what is that bridging one between that and the chorus? God, I can't remember. Somebody put it in the chat.
Oh,
It's gonna bug me.
uh, so I do want to start off with saying Happy National Dog Day. Is it Dog Day in Canada? Is it International Dog Day, or is it just National Dog Day?
Well, on behalf of the cat people of Canada, I have no idea. I'm sorry.
I thought you might have seen it on Facebook.
I try to stay off social media lately for many reasons.
It's a pretty good call lately. I don't can't say I blame you. So, and I always like to ask you how your weather is up there in Canada. Has it been nice?
Well, no, it was really shitty for the last few, I'd say, couple of weeks. It's been rainy, windy, enough that if you're outside, you're gonna get rained on. And then today it was really nice, but I had appointments all day. So tomorrow I'm hoping we're getting some good sun so I can get a couple more outings on the lake on the kayak before I put it away for this season, which will be right around the corner before I know it, right? Snowcat is coming, so winter is
Yeah.
coming, right?
Winter is coming. I actually have a banner for that because we're going to talk about the snowcat. Although I titled it "The Snow Mew is Coming." Mew.
No, nobody knows what we're talking about. Yeah. No, and I'm
No,
watching Game of Thrones these days. Like I just finished, I'm just on the last season, and man, I've just been saying winter is coming a lot lately. So
yep. So we are obviously going to talk a little bit about the giant cat in the room. It's not in my room. It's not in your room. He's in somebody's room.
oh
And
man,
a couple other things to go over, and we are going to go over. We're going to look at some characters from back in the day from the Real American Hero line, and we're going to look at characters and figure out which ones we like best and which ones you like best. And for an example, like replacements. I was going to call this like the replacements or some whatever, but I liked OGs versus New Jacks. And funny enough, OG came up last night. Anyway, so for example, like rock and roll. So we had rock and roll, heavy machine
Mhm.
gunner, and then a couple years later we got Roadblock, who's also the heavy machine gunner. So we're going to kind of look at some figures like that and figure out which ones we like best, which ones you like best. It's just kind of a fun topic to see who likes what
and
characters.
and to- and to show you just using that example, what a rabbit hole that could become is it doesn't stop there because once what is it, Roadblock came around, being a machine gunner wasn't enough, so we had to do things like heavy duty and Rampart, where it was many machine guns, right? So
And then we
long
had
lists.
missile guys and replacement missile guys. So we will just talk about a few of those. Just fun little
Yeah,
kind of a
shitty chat.
sidebar topic
Yeah.
show tonight, just to hang out with you guys. I do want to go ahead and we'll say hi to the chat. We got a few people watching. Hopefully, some more will wander in. I think Travis was still going.
Yeah, it's fun. Replay squad. Hello.
Yep. We welcome you too.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. We got Ultra Mensch is here. What's going on, man?
Seen a lot of you.
Got Derek Holloman is here. What's going on, Derek? How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
There is Triple C. Good to see you. Saying hi, guys. What's up, man?
Fuck. There's a guy who's really excited about the Snowcats. Ready to go.
He has. I think he's got a large portion of my excitement for it. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Turk Murphy is in the house. Turkish Murphy. Do you want Turk or Turkish? Because you've changed it. So either way, what's up, Turk?
Yeah.
And I think that's all I see in here.
That's all right.
11 of you guys. So anyway, we won't take too long to get into all of our stuff tonight, but I do like to always ask, got any new toys? Always ask you, always ask Pop.
Yeah. I've gotten a few things. Matthew and Pop were on last night. Matthew was showing this, and I've done a couple of little shorts with having a lot of fun with this Mini Brands out vinyl player. Their vinyl series. Mine's got a loose lid though. Hasbro grade quality assurance, but I don't know who makes Mini Brands. But these little record players, you buy one of these. I think it cost me $30 Canadian, which they're USB ported, and there's a little speaker in there, and you turn them on, and they play these Mini Brand vinyl. And I've assembled quite a collection. And just like every other Mini Brands, there's rare ones and there's not so rares. But I'm not a big fan of the album collection itself. It's not a lot of my music in there. In fact, I don't really think there was anything in there. Somebody I knew had it, but there wasn't a lot that I had. But I did manage to land the rare Sting Every Breath You Take vinyl. Ooh. But one thing that's cool is some of them have these like little speakers where you can bump the speaker and whatnot. But I thought this was good for dios for Cold Slither. You can give them some speakers or whatever, just little accessories like that. So just fun little stuff. The other things I've been picking up is I've been buying Joy Toy, Black Raven, and Cadians. And I know a lot of guys aren't interested because it's a 4-inch line, but I am venturing into just opening up my collection. I'm not giving up classified, but I've loved these things from afar, so I've decided they're now a part of the channel. And
Nice.
The last thing I'll show is I finally opened up my Delta 17 Joe Fest exclusives.
Right. The Desert Guides.
Yeah, Shepherd and Jaguar, or sorry, as his people call it, Wagwar. Right?
Jaguar, baby. Yeah.
Jaguar. Anyways, that's all I got. What's up? Oh no, my sticker covered up that Punk with Toys crate. There we go. Now it's a big deal.
Now it's a crow with toys.
That's right. That's why I bought the crate rebranding.
I got the banner in the way anyway. There we go. So, But you're a big Warhammer fan anyway, so it's kind of inevitable you'd pick up some of those guys.
It is, and it's a lore that the more Henry Cavill's attached to it, I know a lot of people are going to start getting into it, and I just have been really impressed with what Joy Toy has done with this line. They're not cheap. I'm not saving money by dropping Marvel Legends or reducing Marvel Legends and then going to Joy Toy, but just a different class of figure all entirely. They're a 4-inch hot toy. Look at it that way.
They look neat. I've seen them in a couple places, couple specialty shops. They do look pretty cool. Rafe's convinced he's gonna get me into them at some point. So he's on a mission.
Once you're in and you understand what you're dealing with, it's just a lot of fun. There's something for everybody in Warhammer 40K. Whatever type of nerd you are, they have something themed for you there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a couple more people that have joined us. We'll say what's up to those guys. We got SCS Dog. What's up?
Mahalo. What's going on, man?
Kyle Jackson is in the house. What's up, man? Good to
see
you,
Kyle.
Cat.
Dude, I'm getting some stickers sent out to you at some point here, man. Sorry, I've just been ticking things slowly off the mailing list.
Let's see. Evil Dookie's here saying started a new job this week. I may pass out while you guys are on. Nice. Did you get
saw that, dude? So, Dookie, if you don't mind, just give us a hint in the chat. Are you doing something bike related, like mechanic work or something like that? Or did you just find a part time job because the toy collecting was getting mathematical?
Yeah, that's
Hit
what
me in the
I'm
chat,
like.
bro.
I just need to get away from the house and Amazon. You know, just a
That's
few
where
hours.
I'm at. I'm thinking about a part time job just to open up better finances and get out of this goddamn house, but probably
Right.
won't.
Bobby Wald's here. What's up, Bobby? Good to see you as always. Wolf Grim Rageblade is here. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey, man.
Let's
How you
see.
doing?
Derek Sand got a 60th Special Forces figure. That's all for me. I'm still waiting
Yeah.
on 60th anniversary special clearance.
So I'm thinking about getting a couple more of those if I see them on any kind of reduced price, because I found that if you swap the vests and some of the kits over with the 60th anniversary soldier, the legacy soldier, and the halo jumper, you get some pretty cool results between the three
Oh
of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can see mixing and matching those coming out looking pretty
Yeah.
good.
Something about the vest just pops other characters. So
yeah. HK Vipers here. What's going on, dude?
yeah, man.
Let's see. Maintenance supervisor for a truck body manufacturer, work 4 10s, so it isn't bad. So that is a full-time job. That is definitely not working at door greeter or something. It is
Well,
definitely
no,
full-time.
and it's what I expect. A military mechanic should be able to land something in a
Okay.
maintenance stream. So I was kind of hoping he found something that was aligned to him. Good to hear, Evil Dookie.
Yeah. That would be a
Yeah.
pretty good paying gig too. Or
Hell
pay
yeah.
for a lot of toys.
Well, it's all his bikes and dreadnoughts, right? That's what you get. Bills,
That's
brother.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. We said what's up to HK Viper is here. And look here. Crow got a Sundown and a second Hydro Viper recently. Sundown's so good.
Yeah, I saw a really good picture from Matthew Matson today on where he replaced the poncho with. It looked like something from Savage Crucibles, but most comparably the cloak from Desert Scorpion. He had something similar to that on him with a lever action. It was a nice looking shot. It made me hit the hearty button on Instagram. I don't do that often.
Literally worked with shit today. I busted a sewer line. Nice. It's a good times. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Let's see. Let me see what I've got. I took the banner off because I haven't gotten anything. I got
Really?
nothing. Yeah. I got a shipping notice for our shipping soon for Night Force Psych Out from Pulse, and from Walmart I got check your payment for Night Force Psych Out, which I never get that email from Walmart because they use the same payment for everything. So I have a feeling that my Psych Out from Walmart might be getting canceled, even though they're showing up all over the place on the shelf. Matthew sent me a picture today of
I know, right?
his Walmart got the island, and it's like got a bunch of the Psych Out and the Dire Creeper, like all the new stuff. So
And I,
I
of
have not
course,
been looking here.
I was able to order mine through Walmart. I have no such shipping for notice, and I'm disappointed because you guys have them on shelves now. I'm like, man, bummed out. No new figs.
So they may be here. I have not seen anything in any of the local groups that anywhere's got that island, but there was only like one Walmart that I went to before that had it, and it's not one that I would go to now because I'm in a different job and I'm nowhere near it. I'm not gonna. It's like an hour and 20 something minutes, so I'm not gonna go to that Walmart to see if they've got it. No.
Yeah.
So
Bobby Wald's asking. Go ahead.
Derek got his Walmart notice on the address and payment, so maybe it's something different they're doing, and we're not going to get them canceled. I will say though, last I looked, it was up on the website. Actually, I got it up. Let me refresh this page over here.
Yeah.
It's still up. It's up for pre-order still at Walmart for, regular price. So I'm going to be pissed if they cancel that order when I can just get on here and order it again.
Yeah.
But you can't trust Walmart, man, anymore.
So the Skeleton Siberia figure, that if BBTS is putting that up for pre-order tomorrow, I'm trying to see if that's up there or if it's on their site.
It'll be on Skeletron. I don't know where else. I would assume they might have it, but I mean, Skeletron is putting it up tomorrow, so they might be keeping it in house for a bit. But to answer your question, Bobby, I'm planning on ordering it. It'll probably sell out.
Yeah, I'm going to be watching it because I'd like to order it, but I've never dealt with Skeletron as far as shipping to Canada, so we'll see. I don't even see where you can, I don't even see it listed here on their site yet. So,
yeah, they probably won't. It's on their social media. It goes up at I forget when, but it's a set time tomorrow. They've got it. I'll find
I was just seeing if they had the thumbnail up, so I know how to spot it tomorrow for pre-orders. But they don't even have it up on the website at all. So that's all right.
Yeah. Let's see. Nolan is here. What's up? We're toy now.
Good. We can call it a night. We did our job. We summoned Nolan.
Nolan here. Good night, everybody. Let's see. Nana Recipe 252. I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome. Good to see you here. Always good to see some new people.
You're going to call him Nana, then I will go against the grain. I will say, Nene receipt. There.
Nay.
Nice to see you
here. Always good. So I have gotten a couple of few new subscribers the last week or so. So if you are a new subscriber, thank you. Let me look at my banners here and see what else we got. All right. What's that?
No, I'm just playing with my Space Marine while you do stuff.
Okay. I will buy one of the Necro guys whenever they make them. They hadn't made them yet, right?
Oh, they've made a bunch. No, I'm not sure. I'd have to go to the website. Yeah, I'd have to go to the website, but they do have some Necrons. They've got a little bit of everything, but they're just getting started on some races, so there's probably not a lot. But okay. I'm pretty sure I saw Necrons.
I'd like to get one of those guys because they're kind of
But then who would he fight? Then you would need somebody for him to fight on your shelf. You would have to get two of these guys.
That's what you did to me with Street Fighter. That's how I've got.
It was a little easier with Street Fighter, but yes,
I got a dozen Street Fighters over here. It's because of you. Learned it from watching you. All right.
You got more than I did at some point.
Learned it from you. Let me see what all I got saved here. All right, so we're gonna talk about a couple of things, and then we will talk about the Snowcat. And
I mean, consider this the calm before the storm about Snowcats, guys. Pretty soon, everybody's just gonna have them, and you're gonna see 22 different people review the same thing over and over again, and do lives on it, and post critiques, and make fun of each other.
Yeah,
retaliation videos about Snowcats.
Yeah.
So this is the new Walmart display, eh? I heard about this.
This is what the new one looks like. Much better than the old one. I think it's interesting that it's a 2026 display and they're using figures from 2025, but whatever.
Yeah. It's a very dramatic but fail scene for Snake Eyes, right?
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes. You ain't getting
out of this one. He's not making it out of this.
He's either failed in infiltration or failed in escape. Either way, it's a fail, right? So, but cool. I like the wall. I like the setting, and I like that they do these with toys again for stores.
Right? Yeah, I miss I miss Hills department store. I don't know if you guys had Hills up there, but
no.
They did all of the displays. They had tabletop ones with the big ass bubble.
Sure.
And then they had the ones that would actually fit in a 4-foot section of shelving and encompass, maybe they'd take out the shelf above it. I miss that stuff. That stuff was so so much fun to go in, and they had new stuff when they got those back then.
Yeah, it's the one thing I'd give credits to places like the Lego store that they still do really well is having their displays be key to selling their product, right? So I think it's good. This is what gets grandma's attention when she's trying to find a surprise for her grandson, right?
The thing is, grandma's going to go in there and see this display and think these are the brand new figures, and not see these figures on the shelf, and she won't buy anything.
Right on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I got a Mario like he wanted anyways.
They didn't have any of the ones in the display, so I got you.
Yeah.
I didn't pass. They only had Mistress Armada and Synapse.
Yeah.
They didn't have the new ones. Brian King has joined us. What's going on, Brian?
Hi, Brian.
And Jay Gonzo is here. What's happening?
Hi,
How
it's.
you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, it's and Nene.
Prefer it's or Gonzo, but
Triple C saying, did I say the Skeleton Warriors? Yeah, those are 4 Horsemen. They just ended the pre-order at 4 Horsemen, and then they go up at retailers. So Big Bad has them now for like $15 more. Because that's more. Well, that's the retailer price. It's always cheaper ordering it from them. It's just what are you gonna do? They put out so much a year ahead of time. Derek saying not me, passed on the Snowcat. Okay, that's fair.
Well, that's fair. But Derek's also not the type of person that's gonna be like, guys, I just want to get one for my kid, and I don't want to get ripped off. Fair price. Anyone? Like I know Derek knows that discussion all too well. So
yeah, get one for my children's.
Yeah, I don't want to get ripped off by a scalper. So,
although I can legitimately say that when the Hiss was shipping and the Hiss, everybody was getting the Hiss, I can legitimately say I was not collecting the line when the Hiss went through the process and funded. So, there are people that are telling the truth about that.
Yeah, and I bought every HasLab I have has been bought secondary market. Thankfully, I got a great deal from you. And then the Dragonfly turned into a nightmare, and I missed the Rattler. But this is actually the first Snow Lab HasCat that I've ever funded.
This isn't it? This is the first.
It is.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know you're excited because that's
I am.
It's something getting it when they bring it to you and it shows up at your house and you're like you're part of the club when you get one on the doorstep.
I know my delivery guy, wherever he's from, whatever country, he will give me that quiet nod of respect when he sees that Hasbro box. I'm sure of it. I'll look for it, and if I don't see it, I'll be convinced he gave it to me on the way out.
I'm surprised. My FedEx driver is a chick, and I had one that was awful, and then I got the one that I have now, and she's great. And I cannot believe the times I've been home when she's delivered. She's not been like, you get a lot of stuff from Hasbro to not have any kids out in the yard or any toys out in the yard.
Yeah. And you got a lot of words coming out of your mouth for no black eyes, lady.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see. We got Dork Shop popping in saying, "Hey guys, Crow, remember you were getting those many brands paintings."
Dork Shop, you mean these?
You in on the vinyl for the Dio?
You missed the opening. I showed I got the rare Every Breath You Take vinyl. Yes, I bought a few of these, buddy. And I actually did a couple of shorts having fun with these. But yes, no, I'm very on top. I would recommend these to anyone who wants something just kind of dorky for their bathroom. Like, honestly, tell me, you have company, you could leave magazines for them to read while they're taking a shit, or they could get into their phone, or they could sit there and play records from the 90s and 80s that nobody cared about for 3 seconds, right? It's just 3-second clips. And if your shit's taking longer than that, it's time for you to wipe anyway. So what are you doing listening to music? Don't be stupid. Why are you doing that?
Not in here at a concert. Not
Yeah.
lighting a lighter in here. You're lighting matches.
God, get out of my house.
Shit in the yard. Frank Dumont News here. What's going on, Frank? Good to see you, buddy, as always. Make sure
It's funny, you know. You mentioned I was thinking, have I ever had a delivery guy that was constant and consistent? And I realized there was one, and it's the guy who delivers my cannabis, because I get my cannabis covered, so it comes through the mail. And coincidentally, he is an elderly Jamaican guy. And does he ever have a wicked sense of humor since he's figured out what's in that box with all the tape on it, right?
Hey, man, I get off around 5.
every day he has jokes. And one day he came like just a couple of weeks ago when it was really raining here. And I just, just saying goodbye. I had my box, trying to get inside there in the rain. I'm like, okay, you have a good one. Go stay dry. He's like, he just stops walking. He's like, what'd you just say? Are you fucking with me right now, man?
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Viper Scouts here saying the first one I passed on, what HasLab?
Yeah, a lot of people passed.
Unless you mean the Skyscraper.
Well, I mean, a lot of people passed on this one, and the reason I really respect it is if you're from a state that doesn't see an inch of snow in any given year, I could understand how this thing really wasn't an appeal for you. But most of us knew they were doing Winter Joes and Cobras at some point. This would just build around it. So,
well, we've been talking about that for a long time. Like, where's the winter people? So,
yeah.
And I will say it again, because when we talk about the Snowcat, I'm not gonna sound super thrilled, I guess. I don't know the best way to put it. The Snowcat was one of my favorite G.I. Joe vehicles. I've said it many times. I played with the Snowcat all the time. I loved Frostbite. I loved his rifle that he came with. It's one of the vehicles I remember where I was at when I got it. I got it in Disney World, at the toy store in Disney World in 1985.
Oh, wow.
So I do really like the Snowcat. My feelings have not changed about the HasLab Snowcat. So we'll talk about it.
I was the same. Like the Snowcat in the 80s, my buddy traded me my ferret, my Cobra ferret, for his Snowcat with Frostbite. And I thought that was such a lopsided trade. I had to take it. And I loved that thing, man. And one of the biggest things I learned was, well, not learned, but coolest Joe connection was when we were in my first tour in Afghanistan. We were doing a lot of nighttime patrolling with NVGs and whatnot. They gave my sergeant the kite sight, and that's the same sight Frostbite had on his rifle. And I just kept thinking, like, what a fucking nerd I am on this patrol, just staring at his rifle like, you want to use it? No, you just look like Frostbite right now, man. Who the fuck is Frostbite? Never mind, let's go.
That's awesome. Oh, man. And so, yeah, that's where I was going with that. Triple C is, I don't get a lot of snow. I get more snow than you get. I don't get a lot, and I don't think I ever played with the Snowcat in the snow when I was a kid. I know I didn't. I didn't really take Joe's outside when it snowed here. We were just happy to be out in snow playing in it, and you didn't want to lose any of your figures out there. So
I feel like the people that had the best snow playing experience with Joe's would have been people south of Montana, like just closest to the edge of this, like, do you know what I mean? Like the edge of the northern states a little bit, because you hit 0, but then your day warms up. Because up here in Canada, like if we took our Joes or our Star Wars and played with them in the cold, it was often below 0, and the plastic would get really brittle, and you would break your figures and break shit all the time. So that's why we didn't do it that much. But I can see it if you lived in a state where the temperature was warmer through the day, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Speak his name and he will appear. There's Matthew Matson. What's up, dude?
What's going on, Matthew? I got to show
your lucky strike here.
There you go, Matthew. That was the one I was mentioning in your chat last night. The Every Breath You Take one.
Step you take.
I swear to God, I feel like Sting's made $4 since this stream began.
He probably has.
Hold it up one more time, man. Yeah.
Let's see. So Derek's saying I did order the Arctic Hiss. I've ordered it. I still don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm kind of leaning toward yes, but I don't know. And also, is it going to be available like the Marvel made to orders once it's here? Like it's never going to sell out, or it's going to sell out and then they're going to find some under a rock and it's not going to sell out.
Well, no, it's going to be all the people that are like us going, well, I might cancel it. And they do cancel it. And then those ones will go back up for order, right? So you could very well be buying your own friggin' Arctic tank if you pass on it now and then decide later, right? So you're buying your own order.
Well, and that's why they changed that policy. It's because they did get stuck with those, or I would assume that's why they changed it. It would make sense.
I have no idea. Yeah.
I don't know. Like they called me up and was like, "Oh, by the way, this is why we're doing this."
All right. You remember I said there was an album that I was looking for, and they didn't make it for this many brands. A certain Kendrick Lamar song. They do have it.
Yeah.
It is on there. I am going to find this. I will execute that plan.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Okay, well. That took a turn. That will be funny.
I forgot. I meant to mention that to you earlier.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, let's see. Oh, do you think if they told people all this Arctic figures and about the Hiss, the Snowcat would have sold better? Yes, I do.
Sure, but argumentatively, I think they thought they didn't have to. I think they thought they had enough core fans in the line that were keeping track of what they had seen and what was yet to come, and would have understood that they were going to platform this Arctic theme with a few supporting packages. But I can get why people would be doubtful when you didn't get a supporting package for the Dragonfly, and then a year later you get one for the Rattlers.
Yeah, I can understand it, but I've told a few people, like when the Snowcat was happening, there was a lot of craziness going on last summer, the tariffs and everybody raising prices. And so people were, if they didn't absolutely love it or not diehards, they might have been like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. So I can pass on this 325 vehicle.
And that was my lesson as well, right? Like I wasn't sure how this was going to work with Gridiron, but I knew Mark was being upfront and it was going to be expensive. But when that tariff situation started, I had a lot of big things on order from Ramen, from Gridiron, from Hasbro. Yeah. And the international shipping and duties thing was something I was starting to get freaked out about, right? Because it's different for bringing things in. People often wonder why I don't like review things like Action Force and Valaverse. Well, one, getting them over here often requires them being subject to shipping and passing through customs, so I don't get them in a timely fashion or in any predictable manner. Like just importing shit here is hard, and it's gotten harder the last 2 years.
Absolutely, and I know what those duties are like when they're having to send stuff.
That's what I liked about Hella Dope Toys when they were a thing, but BBTS, you show me what your Canadian shipping rate is somewhere on your site, and I'll go to you. But if you haven't mentioned it, I'm not going to you because it tells me it's in flux and you can't quote yourself.
Yeah, that's true. No. That's a good point. And Matthew, I talked about that, I guess, before you got here. I was like, Matthew sent me a picture. Good for him. He found the toy island, the island of desirable toys, at least for another 6 weeks before those are the old toys. But I did talk about you finding them there in Tejas. 2 Arctic Hiss tanks. I'd like to get one more. Jesus, man.
Dude, yeah, I mean, if that's your thing. I don't know where you find the space, but you'll find it.
That's what I'm thinking. Because that's a lot of room, man. Snow. Is there a snow creeper?
Well, there was the snow saw viper and the snow night creeper, but that's the drift viper.
Night viper.
Well,
Maybe
the Night Viper is called the Drift Viper in
oh,
this set.
shit. He corrected it right underneath it. Sorry.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
No Night
Snow
Viper.
Creeper, yeah. Yeah, just throw some shit, dye or whatever, and just pump it out, man. Matthew likes
You know,
it.
you know what it's like
I'm
reading
just
through
kidding.
these chats.
Yeah.
What's up, 610? Yo, Joe Daddy, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Mason, man, what's going on, brother?
Good to see you. And there is same time toy. Shane, what's up, dude?
So
And
these guys are here to get along. And Turk and
yeah,
Shane, you guys get a fucking break tonight, okay? Nobody's gonna be doing nothing in our chat tonight, and
yeah,
you're good here.
no dumb shit going on.
No
over here.
dumb shit. And if you're here to cause dumb shit, identify yourself, raise your hand like a real man. Do that. Yeah.
Still got a banner loaded up too. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about some G.I. Joe stuff after we say hello to Nolan, or not Nolan. Nolan's here. Lone Dragon. Shit.
Yeah.
610 right above it says hi to Nolan, and I was looking at that. Lone
It's all
Dragon
good.
only want one figure from the Arctic 3-pack, so I passed. I did not order it. I didn't order the 3-pack today. I'm like
I haven't either.
I only want the White Night Viper, the Drift Viper. That's the only one I want out of that set.
So here's how I'm justifying. I will buy it, but I'll buy it in the wild. I didn't pre-order it. It'll be on the yeah. Okay. Scene. It'll be on the GameStop shelves. Just like you can still pick up the Ramp Rats, no problem. Couple packs of those. So I'll get them. The only one I don't really want is the Steel Core Trooper. I'll just put that buck aside for whatever, throw him in a vehicle. He's crew. I don't care. But I was thinking about, why do I want that Saw Viper when I didn't even like the other one the first time? It's because I'll probably do a head swap, and just seeing the black wolf fur, man, I might swap that out for one of the, what are they called? The snow serpents with the gray ones.
Yeah.
Just because, that pack looked cool with a few gray, but having a black at the leader, I just don't need it to be I don't think it's going to function well on a Saw Viper, but.
No, I don't.
That's a long-winded way to tell you I'll buy one pack, right?
And I might get it down the road, but right now, like even with the Arctic stuff coming, and I love the snow stuff, I'm just not impressed by that pack. And if people are complaining about the price of that 3-pack, the price is actually right on that 3-pack for it, even though it's repaints. As much shit as you get with that set, because those figures had a fair amount of stuff.
Well, you'd have to say the Saw Viper counts as a deluxe figure, and the other two are standards.
Yeah, I mean with the wolf pelt and stuff, that's what I've seen some people say. But even though it's all reuse stuff, 3 figures, I mean, they're putting out repaints at $28 a figure, so $85 for 3 figures. So I don't think they're too far off on the price for it, because repaint or not, it's going to be regular price. So it's just not something that I needed right
I'm just
now.
not a fan of I'm not a fan of the combined arms hostage set, like 2 Cobras, 1 Joe. I get the theme worked in the 80s because kids would go play while your mom went and shopped. You'd sit down in the mall on a bench and play with your figures, and great, you had one of each. But we're damn adults. Kids aren't buying these to go play with them. Nobody needed to do that.
I think they should have done 2-packs. They should have done the Cobra guys. Then they should have done a Steel Core and a Arctic green shirt. Because we
Triple C, Triple C. That is the Big Ben figure they're using for this, with the Big Ben head, anyways, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's already coming with the Big Ben head, just the gas mask one. But I think that's his buck anyways. So it'll work.
Lone Dragon saying he's got Major Striker in his pile of loot. Anything else I should get other than Dr. Quest before I hit ship? Matthew will probably be the one to answer that question, because I'm not buying any of those. I will say the Ambassador of Rylith, if he's not sold out, but he probably is. All right, let's look at something that I am excited to get.
Yeah, let's put some slides up because I want to go outside for a minute. There we go. She's looking good.
I am.
For what she is.
I am excited to have this figure. I'm glad they're making this figure. We'll see how they actually tie it in, but as far as what they say, what it is or whatnot. But I think this figure looks good. I'm down with Lara Croft being a guide or whatever. Just looking at the figure, man, they did do a really good job on this figure. Get that face print. Face looks good.
I like the face. Yeah, I'm with you. It was better than I thought it was when I saw the picture zoomed up. I was like, well, they didn't go hard with the makeup or the bad expressions or anything like that.
Yep. Not at all. Just a stoic, just concentrating face, both of the head sculpts. That's what some people are probably going to rage over is the Joe logo on her pouch there.
You mean the removable belt that you don't have to have on your figure? Yeah, they're going to rage about that. You're right.
Yep, that's the one.
They paid for it, so.
That's right. This set of pictures were the first ones that come out the other day. I think there's been some other ones since, so we'll just go through and look at these. It's a lot of like the same.
Yeah, so that's a good shot. I like that with all the kit on. Just the plainness of the figure. It's not. I don't think they meant to sexualize this at all. This is just strictly a Tomb Raider costume done really well in a sculpt, and they made it look really good. This is a cool fig. Now, do I consider her a Joe? No. Even though Larry Hama wrote her into comics, don't care. Right? But I don't think my Valaverse are Joes either, and they're on the same shelf. So I don't really care that much.
Right, there it is. There she is, right there in comic form.
Yes, sir.
I haven't taken it out of the bag. I just wanted the cover, but
that's what I got.
Most everybody seems to be down with Laura. Brian King saying her and Action Man will be a team for me.
So in the Army, we have what's called ATs and DETs, attachments and detachments. If you're a unit and somebody goes to work with another unit, they're detached from you. If somebody comes to work with your unit, they're attached to you. That's all Action Man and Tomb Raider are to me. It's just attachments. Joe attachments. It's not that big of a leap.
Yep. That's the way I feel about it. I wasn't using the proper vernacular for it, but that's exactly what I mean. So that's the shot for me right there. That was all I would have needed to see for this figure. Is this
with guns akimbo?
Yep, with her dual pistols and side of the drop down holsters for him. That's all I needed.
I mean, the bottom line, what's the worst you could say about this? Does she look like a Tomb Raider action figure? Absolutely. She just coincidentally falls into the Joe line because that's the manufacturer that can build this figure, and they had an idea, right? But it's a really good Tomb Raider figure. Who cares if it's also a good Joe figure, right?
I have a feeling these pistols are going to be kind of janky when we get them, though. They don't look too.
You think so? They definitely don't have blast ports. I'll tell you that. Those are the ones with no blast ports. And then I'll be wrong. I'll get them and be like, God damn it. They got blast ports.
Fucking StreamYard popping ads up on me here. $45 a month, StreamYard.
It's probably because I'm streaming with you, right? Because I'm monetized, so I have to have ads. This is my fault. If you guys had a commercial, you're welcome. Buy that product.
No, it was an actual like a pop-up window for StreamYard. Like buy something else.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
So is this the side boob one? You got one good side boob shot.
Well, that's not really side boob. The shirt covers it. Side boob is just flesh, my friend. So I don't count that. When you put that in the comment when we were talking about this, I abided it. I knew what you were talking about, but I'm like, this is not side boob.
This is not the picture I was talking about either. I've got it. It's coming up.
It is breast profile.
Breast profile. Profiling is wrong. Bobby's saying, why is she so expensive when they reduced her main accessories? They didn't
shared contract
accessories.
She's a shared contract.
She comes with a lot of shit.
Yeah, they're overcharging us. It's been discussed. Everybody, I think, agrees. Whether they agree hard or soft, they agree. This is a hard price for this figure, considering what they got. Putting it on the retro card, but also like they have to pay for the intellectual property they're doing this with. They had to have some sort of collaborative contract for revenue, like something
Yeah.
had to be there.
Probably. I agree with Nolan though. Like it should have been in a box. It should have been a box
Yeah.
figure. Do a special packaging for this figure. Don't give her the shitty carbon fiber, but she don't belong on a retro card.
No, and it was a weird move after they just showed us the Action Man box. It's like, look, we can do these themes from the makers of Classified. It was like, okay, good, man. You have your out. What the fuck are you doing?
And then the retro card. So that HK Viper's got a good comment. Maybe you could do that. You're on some Lioness kick lately.
Yeah, right. Yeah, every female Joe out there is Lioness, right? But yeah, hey, if you guys are into Lioness, don't forget me and Adam Vale. Me and Adam Vale on the TV terminal are covering all of this season of Lioness. New episodes on Sundays. It's on YouTube, Spotify. Just check out the TV terminal. It's the same thing that Punk does with Reacher, except I'm doing it with Lioness and Adam. So, anyways, thanks for letting me plug that. Good setup.
When's it on?
Sundays is when, after the new episode comes on, Adam releases it later that day.
Okay.
But we're actually ahead of the game right now, so we're on top.
Nice. Let's see. Better than the infamous Naked Backshot. What magazine was that? Was that Game Informer or Maxim? Sure. Was that the Maxim? That might have been the Maxim when I put her in Maxim.
So these are the LimeWire years, right? When everybody was looking for a patch for something to give them something just a little dirty. And I remember how many people were trying to find naked Laura Croft patches for their video games, right?
Yeah.
I want those 8-bit boobs shaking.
and the long rumored rumor that it was out there, that like you could unlock it, that it was in the code, and it did get modded in much later, but that it was buried in the original game and the sequel. Like, man, hell no.
Let's just say Hasbro had choices. Yeah. Hey, Brandon.
Let's see. So what you're saying is we're paying for the little bit of side boob. I got the side boob. There's the side boob picture. I knew I had it in here.
There you go. Yeah, no, to me that's a really good pose. But again, it's side breast profile. There's not an ounce of flesh showing on that memory.
It's a shame. Right after they gave us Mistress Armada.
I was just gonna say they gave all the boob attention to Armada, right?
Yep. I'm waiting on a shipping notice from her. I should be getting a notice on her, unless somebody's bullshitting, which I have a feeling they may be. And I think I got one more for Laura, and there's other pictures out there. I didn't even save all of the ones in this series because we get a lot of the same ones. So, so there's our Laura Croft. I am excited for this figure. I think it looks really good. I'm glad I picked it up. I picked up one for a buddy of mine that wasn't sure he was going to be able to order it when it dropped. And so I did. I got a few of these ordered. Yes, Nude Raider.
Nude Raider, yeah.
Pointy and hard boobs. All right. So the other big thing that we're going to talk about today is, of course, mentioned this a little bit ago, the Snow Mew. It's coming. The Snow Mew cometh. Has anybody in the chat got their Snowcat yet? So we did see that somebody has gotten
boot them accordingly. As soon as they identify themselves, I'm kicking them out.
That's right. Get the hell out of here. I'm trying to see. I know I got the post here. Timothy J. I haven't the first guy that got it and posted any pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of that. I have no idea when Canada is getting their orders. Some people got notifications theirs have shipped. I have not gotten my notification that mine is shipped. I just got the same warn off that everybody else did. Like, change your address by the 25th or else it's coming. And sometimes I find I get stuff and the shipping notice was like behind, and I'm hoping it's just behind.
Yeah, because some people have gotten FedEx notice before they've gotten anything, even gotten that email from Hasbro.
Yeah.
So I know I talked to Jeremy Kimberlin. His is supposed to be on the way. Um, and I've seen a couple other people post that theirs is in transit. So back to the hilarity of people actually getting it in hand before they put this video out today. Like, what kind of dumb, like, how does that happen? What do you have any thoughts on how long it took them to get this video out?
Um, no, I don't. I don't have opinions on that sort of stuff because I just don't understand the background behind all the changes that they've done lately. I just figure there's some sort of administrative fuck up. You can't tell me that they didn't want to get this video out earlier than this. Like, to me,
That's what I'm
that,
that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, it just didn't work out that way for whatever reason. So maybe guys were on vacation. Who knows?
Now I know that they put out BMAC put out that it was because he broke his hand or messed his hand up or whatever.
I don't care. That's
I
you didn't break your mouth. Speak to the product somebody else uses their hands.
so that's that's what I was thinking. Like, you can narrate it, let somebody else be the hands. You can tell them what to assemble, what to whatever next. Like, that was kind of a poor excuse.
Yeah.
I think so. It's whatever. Like, but it's out. I just think that it's just funny that people are actually
Oh,
getting the damn thing.
I'm just always surprised that how often Hasbro, when it comes to their public marketing, like what they do in the public, how inefficient they seem. Like they seem lost with
Yes.
they didn't understand the assignment half the time. Right. So there's a lot of fumbling, there's a lot of mixed narratives. And these guys are clearly nervous. Like, look, right off the bat, when he later takes out a figure, he mislabels, he misnames the figure part of this HasLab, right?
Yeah.
Do they edit that? No, right? Because they can't, because they're doing it live, right? But he wasn't prepared and he was nervous.
No, it wasn't live. They actually did edit part of it. I know you
Oh,
said
did they?
you didn't
Okay.
watch all of it, so they actually did edit part of this, so they could.
Okay. So the part that I did watch, I watched him pull out Frostbite and call him Iceberg, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it just seems like there's just a degree of professionalism that isn't hitting them with what they're trying to do in the socials. That's just my opinion. What do I know?
Oh, I'm with you. Like, I think in the last year it's gone so far. I think it's gone so far downhill in the last year, as far as that.
Yeah.
I do like BMAC being a lot more forthcoming with some of the info, but I partially think it's just because he wants to get through it because he don't want to be doing it and he don't want to.
That's clear.
And all that shit.
That's clear. I don't think no matter what the stream is or how much prep he has, BMAC's always just going to come off as just a bit nervous in one of these streams, like no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes being in front of that camera.
He does not. And they need to get him out from in front of it as soon as they can. Chaz the Guru's in the house. What's up, Chaz? Saying
okay. Well, I don't mean that as an offensive thing. It's just that every now and then you see something and you're like, how did that miss eyes, right? You know, just stuff like that. But what do we know? We're just YouTube critics, right? Qualified by buying toys.
That's right. Those are my qualifications. So
that is my resume.
This video is not like, I'm glad we got to see it, but they're just like muddling through this, and I was kind of surprised with even Chris there. Like, the energy he usually brings was just not there.
Well, let's muddle through some of it because, yeah, I mean, people are here to see it, so might as well show what you've got for it. But yeah, I mean, I also didn't. This to me was too close to when I was receiving it, and that's where I think timeline becomes important, right? Why ruin the satisfaction I think I'm going to have next week by experiencing unboxing? I'm just, that's why I didn't want to watch it all. If this were out 3 weeks ago, I would have watched it, right? Because it was like, man, I still got a long wait, you know?
I like watching these, and I don't mind it because I like to see it, uh, have it kind of fresh in my mind for when it gets here. So I don't
Mm,
mind that it's so close to when it's shipping. It's not a month ago, 6 weeks ago. I'd say
mm,
more, anything more than a month because, there might be some kind of sketchy way that stuff's packaged or the way you pop an accessory out and maybe there's something under it and you don't see it because there's a lot of little shit
sure.
with this one. Um,
Yeah.
so I'll just kind of let it play here. This is
Well,
a boring
yeah.
ass video.
Sure. And to Triple C's point, if this is the earliest we've gotten the HasLab in general, I don't think it is. I think this is the same timeline we saw for the Dragonfly. Not sure about the Rattler, but September seemed to
Rattler,
be that time frame, right? So I think
the
they're just
the
on schedule.
Rattler was here by now for most of us last year. Not
And this
everybody.
is
Kirk.
this is what I mean. It's structured for that third, fourth quarter release schedule. You can't tell me that they don't schedule their videos like this well in advance. So something seriously had to set them back, right? But anyways, yeah, he's pulled
Oh,
out the bumbling box.
yeah,
Now, is this a two-sided box? It looked like when they got this out, it opened from
yeah.
both sides, right? So you had to get the figures from one side and the vehicle from the other.
No, it was like the others. Yeah, he got them both out from the same side. So there we got pulling the box out. I think the box art is great. He did mention
Yeah.
here that the inspiration for the box art was like the artwork for the national parks here for like
It-
and once he said it, I was like, holy shit, that's every national park with the gift shop has got a shirt or a magnet that's got this artwork on it.
I can see it a little bit. Yeah, if I were to go out to BC, we'd see similar stuff.
Um, it is double shipper, Shane.
Mhm.
It's got the outer and then the inner. That was what he slid it out of. And then here we just kind of get to see
And
more.
and if you guys have been watching my channel, I've been showing you because Darren gave me a bunch of his when we were up at Joe Fest. Those little corners from shippers are great for making little backdrops because they keep everything nice and straight. So if you're the kind of hobbyist that likes working little background dials, hang on to those and utilize them.
And I have more. So next time I send you something, I'll try to get a few.
Mhm.
And I have to send you a few at a time.
Let's just wait till the trade war is over and deal with it next term.
Yeah, yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to wait until 2028 to send you something.
I'm patient. Given our current situation, I'd rather wait.
Let's see. What's Brandon saying? Didn't get one. Not really into Snow Joes. You have to dedicate a lot of your display to the Arctic scenes for this. You can
He
just
is
go
not
back
wrong.
you can go back to what Triple C said earlier. Get a white sheet,
Well,
get you a bag of cotton balls and some hot glue.
so that's some who have different values in their displays and different standards for what they want to look at, right? Yes, I'm with Brandon. I started working on winter terrain last year, getting ready for this thing, and it didn't work out. And I still have to build more to replace the ones that didn't work out. And that was the one thing I said. I was like, man, this is a lot of work for one theme. Should I be doing this for the Desert Joes too, as they start becoming more abundant? And then what's going to happen when Joe goes to space? What happens when Joe goes to the toxic environment, which it's doing this year? Do I have a different display for all this stuff? It's another reason why I kind of was like, yeah, I'll collect Joe, but I'm doing a 4-inch line instead of another 6-inch line, just because I can collect the equal amount of it on a lower shelf space.
Do you've got like a coat closet, don't you? Like a foyer with a coat closet. So go in, take everything out of that closet, take all the shelves out, get some of those stars that you can stick on the wall, and then start hanging all of your space stuff up in that closet.
So I actually have in my Joe room, the classified room where I have all the shelves of my stuff and all my street dials and everything. There is a wardrobe unit that they had in there and they left it in there when I moved in. I've emptied that out and I've often looked going, I guess I could put a big dial in there at some point, right?
That's awesome. Oh, let's see. We got Todd C's in the house saying, "Hey y'all," and Carlos Salinas saying, "Why does a Canadian need to work on a winter environment? It's an indoor
Do you
winter
think I,
environment."
do you think I bring the snow inside?
So I actually, one of the few Dio piece things that I've actually made, I did make a winter Arctic one.
Mhm.
Our guys have seen it before. It is not big enough to hold a snowcat, but I got it for Snow Job, and the Arctic Bats was what I made it for. And I will probably be using it as a backdrop for this thing, but it's not big enough to fit it on there, and it's in a bunch of different pieces. So let's see.
I feel
Willie
you, man.
Springer is in the house. What's up? Saying gentlemen up north.
Pardon
Uh,
me. Hi, Willie. Nice to see you
how
here.
far? How far down in the country are you? Depending on whether or not I'm up north.
Yeah.
I'm up north from Shane and Triple C and Yo Joe 610. All right. Got some rattlers getting ready to bomb the shit out of this bivouac, which probably will probably improve it, honestly.
You know what? Sorry, just to dial it back to where he's pointing it. I just where you see that scene where they're bombing the bivouac. Well, if you can't, don't worry about it. Yeah, right there. You know what that tells me? Maybe the campfire was a bad fucking idea.
We found a heat signature, sir.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, fishing wasn't fun after all.
Well, I should have had sushi tonight. Now we're dead.
Oh, yeah. I feel like you guys just aren't taking Joe seriously.
That's right. Imagine that. Oh, Todd, yeah, use the snowcat as a Christmas decoration. I did it with the hiss.
Absolutely. Well,
I did it.
that's
I
not,
did it with the hiss.
there you go. Like, man, there was no room at the manger, so you had to have them in the back of the snowcat, right?
You think they'd have got there quicker if they were on a snowcat and not camels?
No, because at that point they haven't refined diesel fuel. So
All right, fair enough. They could have put incense and myrrh in it.
can you picture camels trying to drag a snowcat across the desert? It's not going to go far.
Hump day.
How did we get here? Let's move on with this show.
I don't know. You wanted to go back to this. I was past it already. You wanted to go
That's fair.
back.
You can blame me. Sure, man. Blame Canada. Everybody else is. Fuck.
You're right. Willie is in Cincinnati, so only Crow is north. So what's up, man?
Hey, Willie.
Oh man, just Ohio. Made baby Jesus under the bivouac. It kind of looks
That's
like
right.
a manger, doesn't it?
Fraternizing Joe, the HasLab, right? This is the romantic getaway with Frostbite being the creepy Larry type from Three's Company, right?
Hey, buddy, see him rubbing his hands together. Yeah. Got to find a gold chain for Frostbite.
Yeah.
I like the blueprints. They did say that all of this stuff was somebody sat down and thought all this up and designed all of the blueprints and named all of this stuff on the blueprint. So that's got to be kind of hard to do. Is like trying to name the tracks and give the tracks names.
It's a beautiful homage to the originals, right? Because the originals used to have the fold-out instructions and all of that. Whatever you're seeing on the back was probably, forgive me, not the sliding ice cube tray, but all of that was on the original, blueprints. Yeah. So I like that they do this too. It's consistent with the last few HasLabs too. So
I love the blueprints. I always dug the blueprints. So we get through the art. And then here he is opening it up. And so it opens up like the rest, the figures.
Okay. That's what was confusing me. I didn't realize it was 2 boxes, and I should have realized that, but I'd skipped forward. So that's why I thought he was opening the box from 2 different sides at some point, because I was just seeing the odd camera angle. So this is the figures box, and then there's the vehicle box.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned this to Crow earlier. I've never met Chris McLeod. I've never seen Chris McLeod. I didn't know Chris McLeod was that tall and that like big. Like he looks like he's like my size.
Okay, but wait. Devil's advocate. Have you met BMAC?
I've not met BMAC either. But
So
I
it
would
could
not
be
have
that Chris
picked
McLeod is not extraordinarily tall. BMAC could be incredibly short.
it. Could be. I guess that's a good way to put it. I just never like when I've watched the full force, he's always sitting and from that like this kind of angle. So
Yeah.
never and Todd said Chris is massive. I did not take Chris to be
Oh.
a swole dude.
No, Reed Matthews comment. Now I get it. Okay. Seeing that would make a bit of sense.
Snow camels.
No, what?
Just snow camels.
Not even, what the fuck, man?
Holy shit.
Camels
that's
get
great.
antlers? No motherfucker doesn't know the difference.
I did not know that.
No.
And I also think he looks a little bit funny. He's here unboxing the Snowcat. I think he looks a bit like Frostbite's G.I. Joe Repro. If you ever seen Frostbite here with the beard, I think he looks a little like Frostbite.
A little bit, yeah, I can see it. Yeah. All right, so now, sorry, which box are they? They're doing the figure box first. Yeah, okay.
Figure
so this is where I think this is where he called them iceberg. Yeah, he pulled them out and said, "You get an iceberg."
Create a scene when you turn the packages sideways, and then you also have your flip this up. You see all the extra packaging in there. Flip this up, you can see you got your figures there, and they're nice packaging. They all go together to create a scene when you turn the packages sideways, and then you also have your treads and your front wheels here for the Snowcat.
Kind of important things for us.
You know, a little bit here and there. So we got our good boy Iceberg there, all new to the.
And that's what I mean. He's nervous because he wouldn't have done that if he was not. Right? It's the HasLab. You've been talking about this thing for a year, more than a year, 2 years.
Okay. I'll chalk it up to that. SCS Dog saying Chris is like 6'3" or 6'4". Met him at Assembly Required in 24. Okay, nice. He is. He's a big dude. Didn't realize that.
Yeah.
All right, so got our figures out. I'm just gonna kind of skip ahead. They do get the figures out. So I didn't get to watch this till that's
Look at that
shot. I like
that.
that.
It is.
It's cool. I only watched about 10 minutes of this today, and then I watched the rest of it tonight before we got started. So a lot of the audio from here forward, like I was up making something to eat and whatever, so wasn't paying that much attention to it. So there's the three of them running together. I do really like what they do with the boxes and the packaging. I got no complaints about any of that with any of it.
No, and it's after seeing so many changes to the Joe art through this line, at least the HasLabs have been consistent about including good art, right? Oh, Wraith Mace, you got yours. Right on, brother.
No, I think he's just talking about the video we're playing. No, he said I was very close to ordering that. So this is the Hasbro unboxing today. Wraith. People are actually starting to get it and already have pictures of it in hand out there. And then today they gave us the unboxing video. So good to see you, Wraith.
Yeah, hey brother, good to see you, man. I've been telling these people a Joy Toy has brought me joy, and I'm just going to force it on them. They can choose to watch or not.
I'll watch it. I just won't understand it.
Yeah. You will after you watch them off.
The video that you sent me kind of explaining some of Warhammer was very educational for somebody that doesn't really know much about it.
That just explains Space Marines. There's so many other but yeah, I understand you. But
it made the Space Marines easy to understand at least. So
yeah, exactly.
Second box here, stickers on top. I think the silly fun set of stickers that nobody's actually going to put on this thing are my favorite things in this set.
And I actually am known to do the stupid shit with stickers. So I have actually looked at some of those orange stickers on this sheet, going, maybe I make my Snowcat really safety looking. I love the options they're giving you with it. I did my Dragonfly as the zombie fly, right? So I fell for that. So
And so when I was talking about watching the unboxings, like when I said there may be the way some of it's packaged with the little stuff where you got to worry about popping stuff out of a tray and something else goes flying off into the carpet. This kind of stuff right here is what I was talking about, the accessories and little stuff.
Sure. The bivouac kit and things like that. Yeah, I could see it. I'm just going to go get some to drink.
All right. There's Jeremy Kimberlin saying my snowcat is due Friday. I did mention earlier that I'd talked to you and you said that yours was due this week, but I didn't want to spill any beans for you and say when. So,
and congrats, Jeremy. That'll be exciting. I'm happy for you, dude. I'm jealous and I'm happy at the same time.
Yep. Same. Chaz saying, I still don't understand why they could not make the missile post smaller and make a roof so it could be a personnel carrier with the missiles on it. Thank you. I've been saying that since we got to see it.
Well, and I was a long advocate for this thing being an APC to make it more versatile, give it some options and things like that. So maybe if they had done this made to order, with what they're doing with the Thunder Sheen being modular, we would have seen something like that. But when they started working 3 figures into the cost of this, I think that probably got costed out. But I was for it too, man.
I'm with you and Chaz, and also would go a long way toward my main gripe with this thing is that they just juiced it to get in as a HasLab. I still feel that way. Like, I don't think this thing needed to be this big. This could have been a $225.
No, and so the question really is, like, could they do this when they revisit this in 3 years as a made-to-order offering? You could possibly see things like canopies and things like that. Exactly, the Tiger Cat. I mean, the next offering should be a Dragonfly, like a Tigerfly or something, right? Because the HasLab has 3 years before they can remarket it as a different kit or something like that, right? So
two or three. You might be right. Jeremy will know. Matthew, Chaz will know.
And I mean, that's what I heard a long time ago. I could have it wrong, but
I told you. Wraith said he was gonna try to get me into Warhammer.
Oh yeah, wait till you see Space Wolves. He hates Space Wolves, but they're awesome.
Told you. And Jeremy agrees. I think they really should have done more with it. Like, I know that sounds kind of wild with everything that they did do with it, but I think to make it a little more versatile and appeal to more people, I really think putting a topper on the back to make it a transport would have got more people in on it.
I fast forwarded through a lot of this because I wanted to understand how the tray and the missile rack worked with the back. And I'm with the argument that while I'm happy that they put the seating in the back to make it an APC if you wanted to, I've also concerned myself with that small, less than an inch gap for the feet to go in. Your figures have to have a 90-degree bend in the knees, and their backs have to sit up against that back for them to look like they're able to seat in those benches. When they designed those benches, the intent was for them to be storage. It was obvious because they showed that the bivouac can go in there. The seating, I think, is going to be a bit piss poor. You might have a couple figures that look cool back there, but probably not a squad of 6.
And, originally, like, I don't even think that was in the plan for those to open up originally. And then they went back and they started tweaking on it. And because, we remember when we first saw this thing last year and we talked about it, like, that was everybody's main thing. Is the bivouac going to be able to break down and fit in there?
Sure.
And it was a while before they ever come back and was like, yeah, it's going to fit in there. And I think they saw feedback and went back and was like, that bivouac's got to fit in there. I think they were just
I'm not sure
able to throw it in the back in the beginning.
Yeah, I just feel like it's one of those things where function compromised the design. The way an APC seatings work, or they're not, like they are baskets or individual baskets and things like that, but there's enough leg room there for a human body. We are compact in the back, but we can bend our knees and our bodies in ways that action figures can't. This one, you're going to be kind of like trying to put their feet together like a zipper almost. Like this guy will have his left foot, and then this guy will have his right foot. Right.
I think 3 will fit in there comfortably because, like you said, you can zipper them in there. But the 4 or 6 or whatever they said, like they're going to be all. It's not. You're not going to look good. I don't think.
I wouldn't bother putting more than 2 or 3 in there, and they could be relaxed in the back. That's the only way I think it'll look all right. So.
We gotta get enough snow Joes to put that many in the back.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see a Tiger Force repaint? I think this is more likely than the Tiger Rat.
I'm apprehensive to say yeah to any of that. I mean, if the Joe line keeps going for a number of more years, I'd say it becomes more and more possible with the made to order idea. But given our current economic situation and the way what we've seen Hasbro reacting to any economic change across the board right now, I just don't know, man. I don't even think they're going to be able to plan that far ahead.
Yeah. Carlos thinks so. So here we get the little slide out, the kitchenette thing. Do you like this idea for being part of the vehicle?
I would have liked this if you could. I would like this if you could lift that silver insert out and use it just as a standard tool tray or something for sledgehammers and shovels. That's what a vehicle would have. It would be right where they have it, Usually if it's the battery compartment, that's there. But if not, your Pioneer tools would be in there. But if that silver piece is curved in there, it's the hokiest feature I could have ever pictured on this vehicle. Like I was just like, man, if you wanted to do a camper RV, do a camper RV. But this wasn't a part of anything. This was never a military thing. Fold out barbecue grills. Yes, your defense money is buying us luxuries like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of ridiculous. No, I don't mind the set. I wouldn't even mind if it was put in there as it's in the storage, like it's got a storage compartment and they just threw the camping shit under there and got it out. But
absolutely
being attached to it, I love to see it with the bivouac and everything they did with the camp set and all that stuff. I do love seeing it as part of that, but I do not like it as part of the vehicle.
So there is the other side of the coin. I could say everything I just said about it and tell you I don't think it was a great idea. But I do think they made it look sharp. I do think that the posing of figures is important with a HasLab. Your HasLabs, your larger vehicles need to be able to interact with as many figures in as many ways to be worth their dollars. They're occupying a lot of space on your shelves. Right? Yep. Do something. So this is something that you can do. And it goes with the bivouac, like you said. So I can respect that. It's not my preference,
Yeah. I mean, I see why they did it. And they do actually talk about it either right here when they were showing it or later when they are showing the accessories for the figures. They do say that it is, they wanted it to be more of a play set. And that definitely turns it into that.
Yeah. And I mean, this was the last HasLab. They took a year off after this, right? So they made something a bit different out of it. And then now we don't know where it'll go from here. Our response was, we're not buying many of these. And now we'll see how that playset works, because Joe has a lot of playsets they could do down the line if the response is good to this one, right?
I think that factor might have also or been one of the factors that turned some people off of this, between the I don't live where there's snow and I have no imagination and the economic stuff last year, and then like the camping set and the bivouac instead of another figure. I think that might have shot it in the foot for a lot of people too.
Do you know what I wanted to say to anybody who who really had this big issue about the white and they don't have winter, right? You'll never get a picture of it in the winter. I would just order or find a stencil set and put UN on the side. And if you look, most UN vehicles were white back in the day, and it would make perfect sense. G.I. Joe escorting UN vehicles through something, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be your snowcat, right?
make a lot of sense. Well, I mean, you know, the same vehicle is going to work wherever. We're talking about a Tiger Cat, so same
Yeah.
thing goes through the jungle, rumbles through the jungle. Did you see the part where it has a magic tread right here? So BMAC,
No, the mat.
maybe.
No, show us the magic tread.
So watch it. It's going to show it. So magic, watch. It's self-propelled.
Oh, okay. Tables on a lean or something, eh?
He kept moving after he let go of it. So they're showing the wheels. Wheels are marked left and right. The tracks are universal on it.
Oh, you know what it just showed me though? It would have been really cool if they had thrown in an alternate set of tracks for the front.
That would have been
Just
good.
for-
the little
that would have been-
triangle.
Just a single set or a smaller version of the front track or anything like that. That would have been cool. Because as a guy who's driven vehicles, big, heavy armored vehicles in the Arctic, I'll tell you, like one of the biggest things I have about this one is tire chains on the front tires.
Yeah.
Right, that would have been the big one because those are your big steering wheels. But I would have loved to see variants because they made variants already. But I guess maybe we'll see about made to order someday or Gridiron.
Are we happy with them changing the color of the wheels and the white on the back of the tracks? Because people were saying, oh, that don't need to be white. Remember that was white, and then they showed that it was going to be gray. I think it looks pretty decent.
Yeah. So wheels are replaceable parts on vehicles, and vehicles will burn through those things in harsh environments. You'll constantly be replacing them. You really going to take the time to paint them white, or are you just going to leave them factory direct? Like we paint all of our stuff olive drab green usually, or the tan now, right? But I'm just picturing these guys like having to. Yeah, to me it looks good, and it blends with rocks in the winter too, right? It's a bit of cam.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you've got your big honking safety yellow to draw your eye, right? But
I don't mind that. The yellow breaks it up,
No.
and then we do get some of the stickers have some yellow like caution-y stuff on them.
yeah, I love the look of it. The safety stuff. I love that for the Arctic stuff. Yeah, the UN Blue Beret. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe one Joe will get one. And he won't do anything.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, he's just gonna just sit around, play cards.
His job
Don't
is
put it
to watch
together.
Joe and Cobra fight.
That's right. Don't put it together until Gridiron puts out some add-ons. Won't make any difference to me. I won't be buying any of them.
Yeah, I'm leaving it as is, but I do think it would look good with track fronts as well. So this
there's
thing
a
is
platform.
lackluster. Yeah.
Yes.
The platform to me is such a, well, if I just put this down, I could say it's this, right? No, just put it down. It's, yeah.
I
If
had
they
a
had built
feeling
little
when-
components. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I had a feeling when they told us that they were gonna do this, that it was gonna be kind of like, we'll just make sure this piece comes out, and that's it, and that looks like about it.
So this to me is the clear evidence of a failure to execute on the MMS from the very start. Because if the MMS had been done correctly, it would have had the stationary little command module that the guy would hide behind and remote fire his MMS. And it's been missing in both iterations ever since. If they had made that, then the Snowcat could have just reprinted one of those in white. And that whole idea could have been tweaked just a little bit more to be more viable, right? You could have sold me on your Bakshi idea of setting the thing down and going, it also goes pew, pew, pew from here. No, okay.
We've got a couple different controllers in the line. Scrap Iron had one, Firefly had one, even a small one, but even Scrap Iron's tablet, like I feel like they could have made something out of one of those and at least give us a hose so you could stand off and control it even if you don't have a whole panel. I'm like you. I'm not real thrilled with the way that launcher and platform looks.
No, and like I said, that MMS missing that component that was part of the set originally, that's the consequence of doing it wrong from the start, right? Now you had an opportunity where it really could have helped you and you don't have it.
Yep.
Yeah, tripwire controllers for sure.
So this is the bivouac. He's talking about getting the bivouac out, and apparently this thing's kind of a pain in the ass to assemble.
Oh, it does
He-
look like
he-
it.
Well, he talks about it. He talks about it being
Puts together. It gets very tight. It's nice. It's a lot of fun. So I will open these up and we will get them put together. You can see how this, everybody, what we got going on. So you have 2 bags of parts here, and you can see how this all goes together. Again, the instructions are great. How it all puts together. It gets very tight. It's nice. It's a lot of fun. So I will open these up and we will get them put together.
the instructions are so great. We're not even going to show you that shit. But what we are going to do, you remember I told you that they did edit this and skip. They speed up him putting this thing together.
It's like me holding a bag of loose Lego bits to tell you it's a spaceship, and you guys can see how all this goes together.
Yeah.
No, I fucking can't.
What it reminded me of was the guy that did the HasLab Cantina set. If you ever watched that video when they did the unboxing and assembly for that Cantina set, that dude, you thought this one was like that one. The dude is like, oh yeah, well sometimes that falls over. That's not a big deal. You just set it back up there, set it in there, and like he did some shit like that 2 or 3 times in that Cantina video, and it's like it was like 50 minutes long, and
I'm not gonna bother.
I watched it because it was just. Remember the glasses, all the cups that come with it, and it seemed like everything he talked about was like, oh, and here's a cup, and here's a cup, and here's a rack for the cups. And then he's talking about the shit not fitting together right, and he was like, oh, it's okay, you just do this and that, and then he don't really show it. He's just like, it's fine, it'll be, everything's fine.
Yeah,
this reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Steve Martin has popped in here, joined us.
Hey, Steve.
Stanley Everhart is here. What's going on, dude? He is at the arena. Got to pay for classified. It's the bivouac after the Rattler bombing. Here it is.
Yeah, it's just pieces. And that's what I'm getting at is, guys, I expect a high degree of frustration getting that bivouac tarp to be the way that they have it.
Look at him.
You can see how they're constructing it. Yeah. And don't tell me that ticker is accurate at all. Like there's so much cut scene going on.
Yeah. I was like, I went back when I watched it and I'm like, wait a minute. And he's going through and you can see the point where he's looking at the instructions and he was like, how in the fuck does this thing go together again?
I'm going to go back and I'm going to go buy myself a nice complicated IKEA shelf unit. And I'm going to put that together to get ready just to look at the bivouac and see if I can assemble that any faster.
Yeah, set yourself up a timer and a counter. So they finally get it put together. And I got to say, this thing looks cheap as fuck.
What, the Biv?
Yeah. To me,
yeah.
I think it was.
This isn't its flattering side unless you put the kit inside. If the kit's inside, you know, it looks good. Naked like this, I'm just looking at exposed gray posts and things like that. I don't think it looks bad. Yeah. And that's a shame, right? Wouldn't you rather see the camouflage side a little bit? You know?
I don't think they ever turned it around.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it looks terrible, but it does look like a complicated system to get going.
I think it looks chintzy. Lone Dragon say kind of like Kyle Peterson putting together the All Striker off camera and making no mention of how much of a fiddly piece of shit it is. A lot of people did that with the All Striker.
So a lot of people that did reviews, myself included, on that All Striker, we weren't happy with that cage at all because you couldn't pick it up by the cage. It would come right off and things like this. But also what I noticed afterwards, and a lot of us talked about it, is it needed to put an emphasis on how much pressure you had to put on those pegs to get them to seat firm. Once they were seated firm, the vehicle didn't have that big of an issue. You still couldn't pick it up by the cage, but they weren't popping off all the time, right? But Hasbro doesn't describe putting their stuff together very well at all. Even in this video, I'm sure we're missing something here, right? But
Jersey Eddie is here. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Yes, Stalker's
Yeah.
kayak would have been a better inclusion. I hope we're getting Stalker in that kayak.
Yeah, I would agree it would be a better inclusion, but then you're locking it behind a paywall on something that they were already saying wasn't a strong appeal from the minute they announced it, right? Wouldn't you hate to lose Stalker to a $250 vehicle you didn't want to buy?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Or just do a different one and then like make it a different color and then make his like snow camo or something. Snow digital.
So honestly, to me, if I wanted to really support this, I would have announced Stalker probably around the same time I was announcing that 3-pack.
Yeah, they should. They whatever the next event they do, they need to be announcing V2 Stalker, Tundra Stalker.
Yeah, but they went with Iceberg. So
I mean, I like Iceberg too. And honestly, as much as I want that Stalker, I'd rather have a new character than another Stalker, even though I really like that Stalker. We don't have Iceberg yet, so. Here's
so
our
the
stickers.
Decal.
Decals.
Are you going to use the frosted stickers if they're good?
I think I would like to. I'm gonna see how well they stick and come off because they're supposed to be vinyl, so they can be removed and reapplied. I think I need to test that out, and if they're a bitch to line up, or they crinkle or roll after you do it once or twice, I won't use them because eventually they'll curl.
Yeah, there's those yellow striping ones that I'm thinking about putting all over mine, at least at the very front of it.
You know what those would look good on?
What?
My ramen razor.
Oh yeah, I suppose they could, eh?
That catches all of the stickers.
Yeah, just this monstrosity now. He'll turn it into one.
My racer that's now a razor that has a bunch of stickers from everything on it.
Yeah, I do notice they are including bullet hole stickers now, so you can rattle your thing up with a little bit of damage.
I like the eye break for penguins. That's pretty good.
Right there
in the middle, that's pretty good. I really do think that this sticker set right here is my favorite thing in this whole set.
What, the Inuit side? Yeah,
I got all of the crazy shit.
Yeah, so like I definitely like the Inuit art. I just don't know if I'm going to put it on my snowcat, but I love that they included it. Like to me that was a good reach for it, but the stuff above it, yeah, it's fun.
I don't really see anybody using any of these on the cat itself. I mean, maybe the Inuit stuff, but the fun stuff, like some of these stickers are not gonna fit on the Snowcat. If you look at the panels on it, this thing's got panels on it that none of these stickers are probably gonna fit on.
Well, I mean, like if you fit them over the small rivets and ridges, you'll get the bubbles and whatnot. You can, but they're just not going to look organic. And then, like, clearly, some of these were just included for fun, right? And I'm for it. Yeah, the Viper. I love the snow bunnies. Yeah, the snow bunnies are awesome.
Cover Girl, yeah. Would have been too on the nose for that to have been Lady J. I get why it's Cover Girl. It's bomber art. But,
well, Cover Girl was the actual fashion model.
Right. Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
And then we got our National Park-esque sticker there. I really love this. So, and then of course we got the ski pedos. He shows the blast effects somewhere in here. They actually got them oriented correctly on the way they're made.
They're just the usual blast effects, though, aren't they? Like we've seen those with the Dragonfly one, aren't they? Or
they seem like they're. I think the mid-size one is about the size of the scrap iron one, but I don't think it's the same one.
Yeah.
They look to be the more transparent.
I'll have to check it out.
Than like the opaque one. Say what's up to Justin Booth here, saying Yojo Jerk said the roll cage on his All Striker was warped. The plastic was too soft. I can see it. I mean, it seems like it.
I mean, if it came in the
mine-
box warped, I could see it. It'd be hard to get back, but
Mine fits in there, but you have to like manipulate it and wiggle it. And like you said, you can't really pick it up by the roll cage top.
yeah.
Uh,
So he's
and
putting the
then-
figures in.
getting all the figures out and getting them set up. I didn't want to spend a whole ton of time on the figures. They all look pretty good. He's showing the fishing pole, and they show the hook fits on the fish, the skewer fork things, the fish fit on it, and the sausages fit on it, which is neat. I kind of like that kind of world building stuff. However, I would have rather just had like one big set with all of this stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, to me, this is a good
It's fun.
testing ground to see if the response, right? Like, is the bivouac functional enough that people liked it? Was the response to it good? Should we build more of these small scene sets, right? And then, like I said, you can go back to the Watchtower, the old ranges, and all the other little scene sets that Joe had the first time. To me, this is a good testing ground to see if they go with that.
Yeah,
Because you still have the fortifications to build on, right?
and we know we're gonna get the bivouac in green or green camo or something. OD green. We know we're gonna get that. Lego Star Wars Kid is here saying, so we all agree would have preferred a classified HasLab Sky Striker. No, not me.
Really. No.
It's not.
I think a classified Sky Striker would satisfy a lot of people, but again, to me, it's about figure interaction. Same thing with the Rattler. The Rattler threw an extra spot, and for me, you're gonna have to have two Joes in that thing, and then what? Everybody else is out of its way because it's gonna take off or land or fly. Right?
That's why I'm glad they did finally make the ramp rats, is because better stuff you can do with it while it's on the ground. Too bad like we said, we never got one for the freaking Dragonfly, which is, I don't have this in hand yet, but the Dragonfly is still my favorite HasLab.
Yeah. I do think the
There
Sky
you go.
Striker should be made to order. So it is a new blast effect.
Yeah, so it's that
Yeah.
more transparent.
Yeah,
Good
it's got a little bit, and I think that's a smaller peg hole for it as well for the back than what we saw
Yeah,
with scrap iron, right? So
Looks like it. Stu for lunch is joining us. What's up, Stu?
Hey,
How
Stu.
you doing? And then he does show up here. Shows the missiles, the ski pedos, and then you can use it for snowboard if you want.
Oh.
And then he does show somewhere a compartment down there.
for the winch,
Oh, hooks working, winch working windshield. Of course, we knew. I'm glad to see that seems to work pretty fluidly.
yeah, it's not fixed to the canopy.
Yeah. Showing putting the tools in there. I'm trying to find where he puts the blast effect port. There you go. So kind of like the
Those look like
Over.
scrap irons because they're hollow at the end. You see how the smoke just suddenly drops off to nothingness.
yeah.
That's why I think that's scrap irons one.
So kind of the same design there as the Hunter with the phalanx, where you put the effect through and get that same taken off look.
Yeah, I wondered he didn't have, but they don't like the phalanx had plugs in the end. You had to take them out
Oh,
and put
yeah,
those
yeah.
blast effects in. I don't think this has plugs or anything like that, so that's good.
Didn't see.
Find
Didn't
that
see
annoying.
any. So I didn't turn the audio up for it because I don't know exactly where it is. So I'm just gonna say the one thing we did not see in this video, and I cannot believe we are on the 4th Joe HasLab where they did not bring any fucking batteries to show us the lights.
That's because this one is a USB port plug-in.
Or
It has to be
batteries.
plugged in.
It takes both.
Oh, does it take both? Good.
They neither brought batteries or a power cord.
And so this is where I talk about like, sorry, man, but in the military, this wouldn't have passed muster. Like somebody would getting fired for this. If we had to go talk to the public about a product or something we were doing, an initiative or anything. And these guys, I've known about the Snowcat HasLab for all this like the time. You can't tell me a 1 week delay in your presentation time fucked you up this bad. You can't display these things properly.
I know I did get that right, didn't I? Chat, batteries and USB. I don't want to say it wrong. I think it has a battery compartment and you can use the USB, because here he says, I didn't bring any batteries. We don't have any batteries, but it also has the plug-in for the cord. I think it does take both, not just a USB, because pretty much everything else that's like this takes both. You could take it out. You're not going to have a 30-foot USB-C cable. So
Yeah.
I think
I don't know, man.
Or
that's like trying to show me a car you want me to buy and saying, well, I'd love to show you it running, but didn't bring any gas. So
yeah, so Camerlin says both, and Carlos said that's what I thought.
Good.
I thought it was both, but he says in here, like, we didn't bring any batteries, but you also have your electrical plug-in, and they didn't show us. They went out of their way to show us the lights and the all of the early stuff, show us the cockpit, the
fucking
sausage, the light
bar.
bar. It has a cool ass light bar, and you didn't even bring anything to show these lights off to this unboxing again.
I mean, we could go on about the lack of preparation. They seem to have the nerves that aren't there. You know, you could even bring in professional help to be your wingman for this, and we're still going to criticize you. That's the benefit of being us, right? If I were in front of that camera, I probably would have forgotten to wear pants. You know, probably be dropping F-bombs all over the place, trying to fit blast effects into it, and forget the batteries. So
I can't say that I know I would have done it better, but I'm not a professional operation either.
No, but you would figure the longer you knew this was coming, the more prepared you would be, right?
Somebody would have had notes saying, make sure you bring batteries, because we've forgotten that we can't show the light.
It's the same post-it note they've had for 4 years. They just keep handing it off.
By now the sticky on it doesn't work, and it just keeps fluttering down onto the floor. So, oh my God. Oh yeah, right. Forgot to wear pants.
Tomato.
Callister's here saying, did I get here too late for the Snowcat unboxing? we just finished it. So now what we're going to do is going to ask you guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into our main fun that we're going to do. Yeah, silly stuff. So OG or New Jack version on some of our characters. So Cooter's Garage, what's up, man? So what we're going to do
for this
is
I have to call up a website for this. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm
going to call up before you got my asparagus. I've had it. Popeye's got his spinach.
Asparagi. So we're going to take a position, really, like I mentioned, like Rock and Roll and Roadblock. It's not all going to be Joe versus Cobra, not all going to be counterparts. It's mainly going to be like replacements, and go through some of them. I've got a lot of them, but I didn't get every single one because this is just fun stuff. So and we're going to say which one we like better, maybe why, ask you guys who you like better out of the ones that we see here, and just kind of have a little fun with it. And that's it. All we're doing. So if you've got
my website up,
got your site ready.
So I'm a big advocate of the toycollectorsguide.com for when I just want a quick reference Joe stuff, because they break it all down by years with the thumbnails. If you guys want to play along at home.
Yeah. And then of course we got that site. That's a good one, the way it shows them. Of course, 30 Joe's is another good one, we all know. Todd, yes, I am going to Titans. I don't know yet if I'm going to be there Friday and Saturday, or just Saturday. I may go both. If I buy a VIP pass, which I'm probably going to buy because I'm going to have to get the exclusives, you got to buy a VIP, which is kind of so I probably will. If I have to buy a VIP pass, I will go Friday and Saturday, because it is like where it's at is like 20-25 minutes from my house. Like it's last year, it's in a different location than they had it last year, and it's in a bigger spot. Last year, the place it was at was 25 minutes in the other direction. This year, it's not even in Nashville. It's in Murfreesboro. If you're flying in, you're going to come through Nashville. But if you're driving up from, say, Chattanooga, you don't even have to go through Nashville to get where it's at. But yes, I am going.
Goddamn, starting to feel like Google Maps in here.
Yeah, I can tell you, man. I can tell you turn by turn where that hotel's at.
He doesn't
really
even know
is.
where I know where I'm going now.
It really is. It's close to me. So the first one we are going to look at is Breaker. So Breaker is going to be obviously going to be our OG. So in the stuff that I snatched here for this that I got saved, Breaker's replacement's going to be Dial Tone, because they're both the communications guys.
Yeah, I mean, you could break it down to Dial Tone, and considering Breaker was like just their first general comms guy, I could even argue that you could throw Mainframe in there as well to a degree.
You could, but I did not get his picture and throw him in here too, because he's
we're just shooting the shit here.
Yeah,
we're just shooting the shit here.
But I don't have a picture of Mainframe to go to.
No. And let's see. I want to go to the most ridiculous years of, let's go with 1993. And not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 93. G.I. Joe, thank you. I'm just having a look to see if there was anybody dedicated to comms that I overlook from that time.
Oh, man, everybody seems to like Dial Tone better.
Dial Tone was an upgrade, but he just had a cool functioning backpack, which wasn't a pain in the ass. I remember Breaker was cool, but his thing was actual pain in the ass because this cable attached to his head, and then he had to plug it into the backpack, right? Where Dial Tone, it was a lever and it just came down, just like we have now. Right? And it came with that really cool gun.
Everybody, even then, thought it was an eyepiece. Mainframe was computer. I thought about DJ, but he's not communications. He does communications, but he's kind of like Mainframe. Like he called something else. So I didn't get a picture.
And I think his name for the DEF, Bullhorn. I think that was one of them. Bullhorn. Am I getting that right? Or did he just have a bullhorn?
I think he just had a bullhorn, which does communicate very well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. That's why I was going to the 92, 93. I can't remember, but there was some guy that came with a bullhorn. I thought that was his name because it was after I stopped collecting. I'll go in 94. And I was like,
He was like hostage crisis negotiation.
That was just it.
And a badass sniper rifle.
Right. And then you had Dial Tone for the Battle Core. Right. The ridiculous Dial Tone. So Dial Tone was kind of constant when Breaker wasn't, right? So
yeah. I really like both of them. Who did you like better out of the two?
I would give it to Dial Tone. He was, when Joe was really in momentum, I liked my Breaker, but he was playing, he was pre-swivel arm battle grip, so didn't come with anything really cool. And Dial Tone was a lot more fun to play with.
Dial Tone was a lot more fun to play with. What's up, Starfighter? I am gonna say Breaker, as much as I love Dial Tone, the figure and the original and the new one. I mean, it figures perfect. I just always like Breaker better, especially given how much I watched the cartoon. Breaker was so much cooler in the cartoon than Dalton was.
Yeah. So I should say, like, yeah, the beret thing that this is the one thing I thought, was he must be European or something, or I paid attention to the cap badge. He has a black beret and he's communications, and I'm Canadian, and I'm armored and armored reconnaissance, and we have black berets we wear, right? So I just sit there and go, I love the black beret, but any figure seems in Joe can have a black beret. So
it's hard to go wrong. It's hard to go wrong with the beret, man, and Dalton definitely pulls it off. Stu saying any Joe do the hog calling contest. Probably Breaker, probably cross country.
Cross country, I could see it.
Well, I mean, Breaker's from here. So
Why do I feel like Footloose would try it? I could see Footloose trying it.
Footloose would like try it and trail off and like, oh, where's the barbecue stand at?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. That ended this debate. Breaker got killed.
Well, I will say this in Breaker's respect, his backpack and headset's the most realistic of the two, right? Like, can you honestly imagine running 500 meters with Dial Tone's backpack on the back, stopping for 2 seconds to get down and then get back up and run again? It's going to be a bit of a day.
And Matthew said, like, Breaker or Dial Tone's backpack is a sniper magnet too. So,
yeah, that's brigade level communication device from space that I would just instantly go, whatever that is, I'm taking that out.
Right.
It's probably some sort of weird shield generator.
It's on the forest moon of Springfield. Steve Martin saying, Sweet. Oh man, my voice cracked. I didn't do it. I wouldn't know. No hogs would be coming to me. Dial Tone was a Sonic fighter too, so default.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got Breaker and Dial Tone. You could probably guess the next one that I got when you see how I started compiling this list. We got Flash, and then we got Siffy.
And then you could argue 9 to 20 different characters from 92 to 94 that could fall under this, but let's just keep it dialed in.
I was going specifically with Laser Trooper lasers.
Yeah.
So, we got there we go. So who do you like better out of these two, Crow?
So I'm actually, and don't get me wrong, I had both these figures. They had their place in my heart, but they were never really army to me because they were using Star Wars type weapons to me. I'm Flash all the way, and there's a reason. I was very disappointed with a Joe that couldn't have his helmet removed when I was a kid. I liked having that idea. Sci-Fi's helmet couldn't remove. I also was growing up in the 80s, and I was so sick and tired of neon everything. And neon green Sci-Fi was just this one figure that stood out like a sore thumb with all my other Joe collection. But I love the classified versions. Yeah.
And Sci-Fi was like the first figure that really stood out like that. We didn't get into neon for a few more years hardcore. He was just, I think that's why I liked him, was because he stood out so much. I liked the weird stuff. So
all I can ever think in my head when I see G.I. Joes of that color is "Wake me up before you go." Like that Wham song. It was such a big song when I was a kid in school, right?
Yeah. Red or lime green, which is more shootable? Lime green for sure. So I like Sci-Fi better. I like Flash. Flash is fine, and Lord, we're finally getting him. So,
Bobby, I brought up that same point in my review. It's like an obsolete term now. No one ever hears a Dial Tone.
You remember my thumbnail for him? I put a bunch of different old school telephones in the background, like rotary phones and stuff. So. I do like them both. Flash was one of my favorite original characters, but I do like Sci-Fi better. So this one might take a minute. Barbecue
All right.
stood out, but I mean that was a slightly more advanced firefighter suit. Like, I mean the color, yeah, but not like sci-fi did.
So
No.
barbecue always just reminded me of an airport fireman. Like that's what his role is, to stand there
Yeah.
and put out sky strikers when they crash, right? Like
Yep. Yeah,
nothing
or
more.
on a carrier. That's what it was
Yeah.
based on.
Yeah.
That's what those suits are based on. All right, so this one might take a minute because I go into some weeds. So we
Oh, dear.
have
That's what I'm doing right now, brother. What? Sorry.
going into some weeds. Nice.
Getting into some weeds.
Getting into some weeds over here. You're gonna be ready for them sunny
Hey,
side
wait,
up.
in case Shane's still in there, getting into the weeds is a patented backyard battlefield trademark saying. you can't use that on Smoking Joe's.
I was trying to see if I had a clip that would be suitable for getting into the weeds, and
No.
we do this one because it's related to food. Everybody likes it. So.
You're not cooking. Yeah, I do.
Pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out! My God, did that smell good?
Detective, this is no going, and you tell me do things. I done running.
G.I. Joe!
Never gets
I thought
old, does it?
Yeah, I thought you were going to show the new one I wanted you to do, but I know you got to get that thing all loaded up.
Yeah.
The letter needs to get on respect.
Yeah. Find that one. Get it. All right. So we got Cobra Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get the Crimson Guard. And then we get the Viper. So I didn't put the officer in here because these are basic trooper guys. Yes, you can argue the Crimson Guards are more elite. It says it, but our three first real replace this one and replace that one Cobra Troop guys. Who is you guys' favorite between the three? Regular blue shirt, CG, and Viper.
Okay. Are they allowed to add something that wasn't listed in there?
Something that wasn't listed?
Yeah, because there was a couple of troop builds post 89, post 90, right? Like headhunters. You could consider them descendants of this and things like that, right? Or are we keeping them to the three that you've shown on the screen? Anyways, just name what you want.
Well, I was keeping them to Cobra. I was keeping them exclusive to Cobra.
Crimson Guard are technically their own little thing too, but yeah, no, I'm a blue trooper all the way. Anyways, it's a redundant thing for me. They as far as making a bad guy troop builder for the Joes to fight, they nailed it with that guy. Perfect enemy force guy. And when they made them in classified and I saw them on mass, more than 3 or 4, yeah, I was happy with that. Crimson Guard would be a close second, and Vipers I could care less about.
Kind of no love for Crimson Guards in the chat. It's Vipers or troopers. And I always really like the Crimson Guard, but out of these three, I'm going with the Cobra Trooper. They blue shirts, always my favorite, and same as you. Then Crimson Guard, because I like the idea of a little more elite unit, and we didn't see the troopers as much once the Guard showed up, especially not like in the cartoon. And the Viper, I can take the Viper or leave it. I don't dislike it, but the Cobra Troopers will always be my Cobra fodder guys.
Yep.
Let's see. Real American Hero.
When we use the guys Cobra for figures, I'm using them to encompass just anybody who fought Joe, really.
Okay.
It's not that big of a line, but yeah.
Well, these rules aren't to exclusive, so you can put those in there.
Yeah.
So
What?
after 1986, though, Hasbro realized they were owned to something. After 1986, they realized, holy shit, what have we got on our hands? We got Vipers. Now we can make Techno Vipers, and we can make Astro Vipers and Toxo Vipers and Alley Vipers and Frag Vipers and Heat Vipers, Night Vipers, Laser Vipers, Rock Vipers, Saw Vipers. We can make
Window Vipers.
all these kinds of Vipers. So
Mhm.
out of those troop builders, guys, who was your favorite specialty kind of Viper? And there's a couple other that I might not have grabbed, like a Nitro Viper I didn't get because he's a vehicle driver. And I wanted-
Strato. Yeah.
yeah, so a couple I missed. So
Funny they made all those Vipers, but they couldn't make one single medic Viper.
never got
Assholes.
a Meta Viper, man.
No.
Got some
Well,
bangers.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. My favorites were tied for 2, and just the 2. It's this one, the Alley Viper, and then it's the Night Viper, because I love the combination of the 2. The high visibility, we are taking over your city siege kind of Viper that the urban Alley Viper was, right? And then the Night Vipers own the night when these guys are still out on the streets on the rooftops. I thought, what a great siege force they made. Everything else to me was secondary. I always thought the Laser Viper reminded me of a Monty Python Black Knight kind of character, right? But,
You shall not pass.
yeah. Oh, it's just a flesh wound, Joe. Let's engage. My lasers are broken.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
So they really they really realized they were onto something after 87, and they did Techno Viper, and they're like, shit, we can do something here. Got Strato Viper in 87. Let's see. I want to see what the chat has got to say about these. You got to be a Viper, then you get to be a Viper.
Yeah.
Rocky
And of
Range.
course you have, it's silly and I hate it from a writer's standpoint, but I love that they throw some sort of hokey rite of passage to every type of Viper. Like, if you're a Night Viper, you have to live in like this lightless barracks.
I know.
It's like, what the fuck, Cobra?
You have to totally lose your eyesight and become a mole.
Yeah, Heat Vipers have to live in the base of a volcano. Like, whatever.
Oh my God, Saw Vipers must have 5 years of sawmill experience. Oh, that's classified. Wait a minute. Never mind. All right, let me look at the chat. Rock Viper, Range Viper, Night Viper. No, that you can't count Ghost Viper, Jeremy. You got to give me another one. Give me one from 82 to 94.
Well, no, Jeremy, I accept Jeremy's answer as something he likes as what it did replace a Viper, right? So I
It
say
is a
it's a good
Viper.
answer.
Mhm.
You are going to Hollywood.
Okay.
Oh man, I just hit my couch so hard. Figures have fallen. Figures have fallen.
Oh no. Stu saying the Cobra Quartermaster must be a busy person.
Oh my God. Kit turn-in every fucking exercise from all the guys they had to recover kit from. Right? All the fallen troopers.
Carlos saying they did make Meta Viper and Scalpel, not before 1994. That's what I was.
Yeah, I mean,
so
yeah.
Flak. I'd never had Flak Viper, and I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, shit, I forgot Range Vipers. I forgot to grab them. Good call, Cooter. Remember
Cooter, good call.
Yeah.
And Carlos, I like Carlos's because I feel like these are coming at the very bottom.
Oh yeah, Monstro.
Yeah. Well, you're going to see them.
what about One-Eyed Vipers? One-Eyed Viper coming?
Oh dear.
All right, so kind of with Brian. Saw is my favorite, but next is probably Night Viper for me. So, Night Viper, then Frag Viper, Jeremy says. All right, so after that, we got one that I've been using for an example: Rock and Roll and Roadblock. Just for heavy machine gunners. I looked and I did not see anybody who was designated a heavy machine gunner after this. Not even Repeater.
No, I mean Rampart and all these other guys.
But I put him in here.
Weapons. Yeah, Repeater looked cool because Predator, but or Aliens, pardon me, because he had the hinged gun that hip to the waist. I had that figure. I liked that gun.
I did not like Repeater because I didn't understand him, even though I had seen Aliens by this point. I didn't get it. Now I can't wait for Repeater.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with Rock and Roll. One, because he was the one of the OG 13 I was always missing as a kid. My friend had him, and then I could never get him. Two, he was the most relatable to everything I was seeing in movies and cinema and TV at the time when it came to a guy carrying an M60. Remember the movie Full Metal Jacket, the movie Platoon, and all these things were popular at the time. Rock and Roll just kind of resonated with me for that. And others will tell you that I didn't choose Roadblock because I don't have black friends, and I do. It's just that, to me, Rock and Roll was cooler, right?
So that's how you justify that. Say, I didn't choose Roadblock, but I do have black friends.
Everybody has to say that when they make a choice, and you've offered this, right? So I'm just covering my ass because we live in that era now.
That's right.
Good God.
Never know. Never know. Might wind up on somebody's replay or somebody's clip.
Oh yeah, everybody's watching each other now for something, right?
Yeah. So mine's no secret. Mine's Roadblock. Was my rotating first or second favorite Joe. So out of all of them, so I love me some Roadblock, man. All right, so next one about this is another probably shoe in too. Yeah.
Yeah, poor Zap. I know where this is going.
Yeah, I can see the writing on the wall for this one.
Yeah. This one will start with, look, I love the OG 13, but ...
Yeah, but I never broke any of Bazooka's thumbs or
exactly.
hands.
Notice the big course correction with his anti-armor weapon on Bazooka. How small that little rocket launcher actually was for him, right?
Yeah.
Because of Zap's thumbs.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
I had a handle so you could make him hold that wispy handle or the strap if you needed to. So, we had one. We had one for Repeater. Stu's favorite is Repeater.
Yeah, and Carlos, I'm kind of with you. Like the toy enthusiast of me thinks Bazooka was a far better toy than Zap was, for sure. But if you ask me what I think was a better military looking figure, I'd say Zap all day. One, zoom in on, can you zoom in on Zap?
Where are we looking?
Right? Just on his face. Because there was a reprint of Grunt, for one.
Oh, yeah.
Right, for the head sculpt. But tell me that doesn't look like an angry 45-year-old guy with a receding hairline. Like, it just, Zap always looked like the angry Bazooka guy. And then you go to Bazooka, who's wearing a sports shirt, just screaming, like Carlos says, shoot me, right? And I'm big in the military. We just would not accept that form of dress. We'd be like, you're not going to PT. We're going to war. Go get your uniform on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, let's see. Ramparts. You gotta vote for Rampart. Retro Zap has a pencil for a weapon. That dude hates Mondays. I think the original card art on him looks a little like Tony's figs.
To me, it's like a Clark Gable. Like in this picture, I just hear him going, "Yeah, see, gonna take out Cobra. See, knock down the bad guys with my bazooka. See."
I wish I had a pencil thin mustache. The boss.
Yeah, Michael Ironside. Carlos, you're in my head today, buddy.
He'd be perfect for Zap. Other than he's not Hispanic.
Yep.
Sean Jones in the house. What's going on, dude? All right.
Big
so we
Bazooka
got
fan.
Bazooka, I think, takes the cake on that one. Oh shit! Here's one.
Oh shit!
Here's one.
I'm torn.
Stretcher. I forgot to grab Stretcher, so you can throw Stretcher in here too.
Sure.
Diversity. You're outnumbering.
I'm torn. You start on this one. Which one did you prefer, Darren?
Doc.
Doc? Why?
Doc all day. The cartoon characterization ruined Lifeline for me. The cartoon created a lot of weird biases for me because I watched it as much or more than I read the comic. I always thought Doc was just cool. Like Lifeline was a good looking figure. He looked good. I loved the figure in the Real American Hero line, but he was a fucking dork. Doc was just cool. Not only was he the Doc, he invented shit. Like he's the dude that blew up the Weather Dominator. So I always liked Doc. He seemed like a cool cat.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm with Mamu and Nestor there on the distinction between the two, right? Like one's a paramedic and one is an actual doctor, right? And Doc is the doctor. I'm with you. But the reason I say I'm torn on it is this is a case where I thought Doc was a much better medic and toy, right? He comes with a stretcher, comes with a flare, which, you know, I didn't care about when I was a kid, but I respect it now that I know what medics do, right? But Lifeline was one where I made my best friend, right? My best friend growing like from grade 6 on, me and him didn't get along until he figured out that I bought and collected G.I. Joes and played G.I. Joes in my backyard with other friends. And he quietly came to me the one day and said, "Hey, do you play Joes?" I'm like, "Yeah, I played Joes." He's like, "Can I come play Joes with you guys?" I'm like, "Yeah." Comes over, and the first thing we did was do a trade, and I got Lifeline off of him because I thought he looked so cool. So it's just,
He did.
yeah, it's a hard call with these ones.
Lifeline looked awesome, and he was pretty hard to find here too. He wasn't as hard to find as Dial Tone and Bats, but he was the next in 86.
Yeah.
So yes, rescue trooper, medic, but tomato.
I just like I quietly do kind of like the classified one. I just think they did a really piss poor job presenting it with better, shittier kit. Like they just could have made this so much better. But what I liked about Lifeline as I grew up was when I realized just the similarities of his uniform, how it reflects Coast Guard search and rescue techs, right? Or mountaineering ops, like mountain rescue and things like that. So that I liked about it. Doc was conventional World War II battlefield medic, right? Or MASH, right?
I've got Stretcher. The Stretcher's like one of the only figures that I have still complete from then. Stretcher was kind of he was okay, but I think by then it was so late in the line, I was already at the point because I was like, yeah, we need more medics and stuff. I didn't really play with Stretcher that much because Doc and Lifeline were my two go-tos. So I had Stretcher, but he was never like a favorite. I don't think Lone Dragon is been hip on the Jeremy Televiper thing. So not Kimberlin, not this Jeremy. It was a Jeremy from Facebook, Lone Dragon, that did not like diversity in his action figures. So it's a joke anytime something's like, oh, why is that character black? Or that guy they never had a black trooper. It was over a television.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't explain the reference why I made an emphasis on that. And you guys know I'm not that guy.
Yeah, right. I mean, most of us know about that hilarity that ensued. All right, so here's a divisive one. Most of these are Joes because the Cobras were so damn specialized they didn't really replace other ones. They just invented a new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tracker was a Navy SEAL, wasn't he?
Yeah, I
he
looked
was a Navy
Tracker
SEAL.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Between those two, God, I wish I could say it was Gung Ho, but it's Leatherneck. Gung Ho to me just, you gotta remember, I didn't grow up with the cartoon, man. I didn't,
Right.
and I barely had the comics, right? So Gung Ho to me, when I read that file card, and I pictured this burly, not a village person at all. No, he does not go to the YMCA, but he's got that
Right.
Louisiana accent. I was kind of down with this. I like this to me was like Predator cast, but Leatherneck just looks way more real, right? Like this guy's
Yeah,
a bit over the top.
Yeah, I can buy that. And Gung Ho was at this time in the line though, when Gung Ho came out, like this really made him stand out because all of the figures were still kind of militaristic, and he's supposed to be crazy, and here he is just wearing this open vest and going into battle with a blooper and like, come get me, I'll just fight you.
Which, after watching a lot of war movies as a kid, I'd be like, oh my God, that's intimidating. But then the movie Police Academy came out and they went to the Blue Oyster Bar. And ever since then, Gung Ho's just like, right? Like that's the imagery I get now.
I think there's something to that. I think there probably were a lot of people once they saw Police Academy, because it was around the same time some of us might have got to see Police Academy. Was in that it was all around the same time frame that stuff was mixing together. So I think it probably did ruin Gung Ho for some people.
A little bit it did. So Leatherneck was kind of like this. Yeah, Marines are still cool.
I was a Gung Ho guy. I liked Leatherneck just fine, especially in the cartoon. I love the back and forth with him in wetsuit in the cartoon with the SEAL and Marine stuff. But I was a Gung Ho guy. I always liked him.
And so another cool thing about this is it's not different than how we are with our Joes today is weapon recognition as a kid, right? These days, you put a Chris Vector in an action figure's hands like Mercer, and everybody's like, oh, that's a Chris Vector. I fucking know that gun. It's amazing, right? They're really cool, trendy weapons. Well, that was the M16 with the M203 underslung grenade launcher back in the 80s because you were busy watching movies like Platoon, and you'd see some guys had the heavy M60, most guys had the M16, but every now and then some guy had a grenade launcher, right? And here's your first action figure with it, right?
Yeah, that him coming with that really was like, oh my God, he did. That is one of the best damn weapons in the Real American Hero line. Is that one? I loved it.
Yeah.
And then wasn't it Python Patrol Copperhead come with it too? All right. So I have 3 for your choosing here. And then also threw in Blizzard. Little slightly different specialties. Blizzard's Arctic Attack, Snow Trooper, and Arctic Trooper. So
all right. Fuck. It's a tie again. It's a tie between Snow Job and Blizzard.
Really?
So yeah, I loved Blizzard's anti-glare mask that they had because it's kind of based off of what the Inuit use up north to block sun reflection and things like that. It was a cool little ad. I didn't care for it when I was a kid. It was something when I started looking at that character as an adult, looking at his gear, I was like, oh my God, that made so much sense. And he was fun to play with as a kid because he had the sled. But Snow Job remains my favorite traditional winter Joe, right? Like, he just had it all. He was perfect as was.
He was my favorite as well. I love Snow Job. I liked Iceberg a lot. Like I really like Iceberg. I did not care for Blizzard at all. I don't think I've got him.
Had Iceberg. Yeah.
I've got all 3 of them. Still got all 3 of my originals. Got most of Blizzard stuff. I don't have any of Snow Job. Snow Job's in pieces.
Oh, that was also it. Blizzard had the scrimmed Uzi as well, which I thought was cool. It was this camouflaged Uzi. It had all the scrim wrapped around it, even though it was all painted
hate it.
white. Oh, I thought that was
Hated it.
cool. Yeah.
I guess Lone Dragon. I could have put Stalker in here. I didn't really think about
You could have.
Stalker because was the Arctic Assault, right? That's what that V2 is. I should have put him in here so we can add him in here. Jeremy.
Well, then
said,
the answer is
Sub-Zero.
Stalker.
Okay.
Yeah, Stalker would be the answer if he was in this. I think that would be a gimme because of the kayak and the machine guns, right? But
Yeah. We'll put them to Sub-Zero and V2 Stalker we can put in here. But I still Sub-Zero or not Sub-Zero Snow Job. Still Snow
Jesus
Job. for me.
Christ.
I
How am
know.
I supposed to take you seriously right now? You just did what BMAC did
just-
earlier.
Just flip flop. I know, right? I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Completely flip flop on my answers. Like I'm
Yeah,
always-
and Brandon, that's just it. Yeah. Brandon's point on seeing the weapon systems and as a kid, those movies had an impact on you when you could see them as a toy. That made it more fun to play with because you could picture it, right?
Yeah, you get to see it. Got to see it in action. No.
Brandon,
let's
thank you for
see.
supporting me on that. Yeah. All right, torpedo, or let me guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want Deep Six on this list?
I did not put Deep Six on here because he come with the shark and some. I looked at his file card and something. I was gonna put Deep Six on here, but if you want to be a little looser with the categories than I did, because they are all Joe water guys, let's go ahead and throw him in here. I just didn't get a picture of him.
Yeah, sure. I just mentioned because he's kind of that same era, right?
Yeah. But he didn't really
It don't matter.
replace anybody, I didn't feel like, because he would have been
No.
next then after Torpedo and then Wetsuit. But I didn't really
Well,
feel like Deep Six was meant to replace anybody because he's meant to go all the way to the bottom. These guys are
You're right.
in the
yeah.
temperate zone.
And he was a vehicle offering as well at the time. So,
So
yeah. This one's easy for me. It's and more childhood connective tissue, but I'll leave it out of there. Torpedo right off the bat is my first fave, and then Wetsuit would be my second. And I remember, like, in the British Action Force, I think their version of Wetsuit was from Toronto, which is the greater area city I was born in. But to me, Torpedo looked Army, Navy SEAL type. Like, he looked like a proper Navy SEAL. And Wetsuit always reminded me of, like, the tour guide. If you were going on a cruise and stopped in Hawaii and wanted to do some diving, well, here's Wetsuit to take you diving, kids, and we'll go look at some dolphins and some shellfish. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Cameron says Wetsuit. What about Shipwreck V2? Also forgot him because he's all the way in what, 94?
92, 93 probably. He was at the Death Rattles when they were throwing everything at the line. Yeah, but you might be right. He might have been 94. Let me look.
I think he was 94.
Let me just rule 94 out. Because you could be very well right. They did have a couple of bangers like General Flag and guys like that later in the line, right? So actually I have 94 up right now. Yes, he was 1994 right here.
That's what I thought. I forgot all about him, and I love that figure.
And he would make a great classified figure for sure. He would go right in with those legacy divers, right? So,
I like both of these guys. I do really love that V2 Shipwreck. However, I am happier with the version that they've name dropped than I would be with V2 because we already have enough diver guys. This way he can be the longshoreman of, up on top on the boat. I like both of these guys, but I'm a Torpedo guy. Torpedo was my favorite figure. Or not my favorite figure, my first figure. Torpedo was my first Joe that I ever had.
he was just he was my water figure for the longest time. So
without a doubt. So these two, I know which way Jeremy Kimberlin's going with this one, but
I do not give a single F about either of these two figures. Didn't as a kid, and I don't now. You could hand me either, and it's like, cool, can I go home now? You're not going to hand me both, are you?
I might.
Yeah.
I might. You never know. So for me, I was a blowtorch guy. I love blowtorch. I like the classified blowtorch. I got Charbroil. I liked him too. Come with some more modernized looking versions of everything. I just thought the figure was ugly, and I know some people say that about him, but I just never liked his get up as much. So I just always was a blowtorch guy.
Yeah, I'm with you. When you talk about them being ugly, I thought Blowtorch was at least recognizable. Charbroil looked like something, again, like a Star Wars bounty hunter. But yes. Oh shit, Warchest has just exposed us.
What's up, Warchest? Well, I guess we could sit on here and talk about other YouTubers all night, but this is a lot more fun.
Yeah, but yeah, Ice Cream Soldier, Jeremy, you're right. You could have added him to the list as well. But yeah, and Mamu and the others have touched on as like Cooters. Talk about war crimes, right? Flamethrower guys. I already never really had a place for it. But as a kid, I did not really enjoy any G.I. Joe figure that had to be ported in with a cable. Doing them when they were that small as a kid, I didn't appreciate it when they popped out. It was hard to play with them with your friends and move them around from place to place and attack your friends. They were always falling out. So I think that affected why I didn't like some of these flamethrower guys too, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Those hoses were quite problematic. However, some of those hoses fit better than some of the ones we got in 2026.
Well, also think too, right? Like the problem with the accessories back then isn't much different than what we have with the little black ones now. When I was playing with these, in guys' backyards or along the ditch line and whatnot. A piece of kit got lost. It got lost in grass, right? Like you just get frustrated with little pieces falling out. Yeah.
I forgot about Ice Cream Soldier. I never had him. Like I was out by then. However, I did pick Ice Cream Soldier up later, and that's actually a really cool looking figure because all it is like a reconfigured version of Blowtorch. Like I liked Ice Cream Soldier, and I think we're definitely going to want to see him in Classified.
They'll do something about him. Maybe they'll do him up like they did with Stardust or as some sort of set. You know.
I think he's probably in the works. All right, this one's another one that's gonna.
Yeah, I figured this one was coming.
Yeah, and I know Mutt is dog handler, but they were putting what they were on the card then. So look at Blowtorch. He's the flamethrower, but Mutt works security. I just said Mutt works security. Checkpoint Alpha. They patrolled all that shit. Same kind of shit Law and Order did. Just he's an MP. So this one's the dogs are in the thumbnail.
Yeah. I definitely wanted Law and Order as a kid. I never got them. So I had Mutt and Junkyard. And I loved my Mutt and Junkyard. They're like seeing the MAC-10 with the suppressor being his weapon. And then the Billy Club with the lanyard. Right. He just had a lot going on as an action figure. So Mutt and Junkyard are my favorites. But I think that if I had Law and Order as a kid that grew up with a beautiful German Shepherds in the house and things like that when I was young, they would have been my favorite, but it's Mutt and Junkyard.
Yeah. Law and Order was a good set, man. I mean, I had Law and Order. I liked Law and Order a lot. But I'm a Mutt and Junkyard guy all the way. So Roadblock and Mutt and Junkyard are my two favorite number 1 and number 2 Joes.
Yeah, and I like what Lego Star Wars kids. Wow, these are really hard choices. It's like picking your favorite kid,
isn't it? Some of them are. Yeah. Some of them are pretty easy, but some of them are.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Wide scope and Lamont. Mutt, but need to know if Junkyard can drive the car. Junkyard, because he's a Rottweiler. Now what kind of compares with Recondo? What do you guys think? I got one. I think I only snagged one, and he's not a direct comparison, but he's pretty close, similar environments.
I have one in mind that I'm thinking of that I would have compared this to. So who did you take? Yeah, there's Kimberly just named the one, and I have another. But did you have the muskrat? Yeah, I guess you could have.
Ambush.
I would have added
be all right.
ambush works. I was thinking stalker and outback.
Either one of those
Right.
would have been pretty good. I was looking for direct like comparison. So we're gonna see Stalker somewhere else. So
So even recoil, because he was a LRP, if I remember right, like long range reconnaissance patrolman. And this is kind of what we're looking at is, yeah.
I thought about throwing Pathfinder in here too.
Sure.
Because they're like forward recon through this type of terrain kind of guys.
Yeah, it's your terrain specialist for the infantry kind of idea, right? Somebody just a little bit more than a rifleman, But yeah, to me, it's the recce guys. So for me, it's a cross between Stalker and Recondo. I always really liked Recondo style. He reminded me a lot of the Aussies, right? But as I grew up, I was like, there's a very distinctive style like that dates back to the Vietnam era with him, right? So I really liked him, and I love the mustache.
Yeah, I always liked Recondo. Recondo is my pick out of the two that I've got up here, but some of the ones that have been mentioned, if we're putting Stalker in, a Stalker all day, but out of Recondo or Muskrat, I got to go with Recondo.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like
Pop Blender jumping in saying those hoses were as problematic as the Gilf in the Lantern show. A few minutes behind.
Motherfucker, don't you come into our chats creating a problem where there isn't one with lanterns. Okay, let me show you my ring right here. Power up, motherfucker. Lanterns is fine. I'm just kidding. Good to see you, Pop.
Because I have not, I still haven't watched Lanterns. I just hadn't made time for it. I want to, despite what Matthew.
Welcome to an alternative DC universe. We're just going with that, and we're going manhunting. So Martian manhunting.
Right. Pop Blender picking Muskrat over Recondo. It's a surprising. All right.
I never got a boogie board issued to me, no matter what I did to ask for one on a patrol. Right? Could I get a boogie board for this? No, we're just going through the swamp. Hey, God damn it!
I'm gonna give you a boogie board. Charlie don't surf. So here we are with Short Fuse and Downtown. These are the same fucking dude.
Downtown looks like he just came off a steel girder to fire this mortar, and he's going back up to finish the job. Right, like he's on some construction site. You could replace this with a cement mixer, and he'd be fine.
He's got to go up and have lunch on the girder, overlooking.
Yeah, no, this is no contest. This is a Short Fuse all the way. At least I know what Short Fuse is there to do.
Yeah. Lone Dragon. Need to watch 9 to 5 and Clue. So I didn't bring up Dolly and Tim Curry because it's kind of been dominating all the news. So RIP to both of them.
Yeah. Both at the age of 80, right?
Yeah.
Just right at 80. Yeah.
I don't want to get too sidetracked, but we can talk about that for a second. So like down here, like people here, I'm in Tennessee, so the state is losing its mind with the loss of Dolly Parton.
I would imagine she was huge to you guys.
She was like our state ambassador. If the states do anything like canonizing people, she will be by next week. Which she deserves it. She's a really great person. So I was going to drive by her house today on my way home from work, but it was raining, traffic was shitty, and I knew had to get back because we were on tonight. I'm gonna try and drive by this weekend, and I'm gonna set the 360 cam just up in the mount on the dash because it's
Sure.
I don't know if it's been in the news where everybody is, but people are like driving to her house and leaving flowers and cards and stuff outside the gate and whatnot. So I wanted to drive by and see all of that. And one of the local news stations flew over it today and did some pictures of it, and you can see all the stuff out there. But anyway, and not to like,
Well, I
glaze
wanted to
over
say
Tim
something
Curry.
I wanted to say something on Dolly Parton, just because, sorry, but even Canadians know who Dolly Parton is, right? I grew up with her just like everybody else. And I know our majority age group in our chat, some of you guys might relate with me here. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas was a movie that I accidentally walked into the room and saw. And it was the first time I ever saw Dolly Parton. I was at an age where I didn't know boobs could get that big.
Right.
And I think that was the first time I've ever appreciated a woman on television that wasn't Daisy Duke, right? So Dolly Parton just happened to be a beautiful singer as well, right? And I found out about that much later in life. But yeah, she definitely a cultural icon, and she's missed across everywhere, right? Yes, Crow's first boner was Dolly Parton. Absolutely. Might very well still be his last boner someday. She was a beautiful right up to 80. Good God. How many women could say that?
Not many. Clint saying our flags are at half mast in Utah because of her passing. They are here.
They should be.
Oh, I didn't realize that the president ordered it. I didn't know that. They already were here. They started going down here the second that news broke yesterday. So
nice to hear your president do something humanizing, like that.
Yeah.
We don't get to hear that very much up here.
Yeah, we don't get to hear that very much here either. So
I know. Anyways, short fuse all the way.
Short fuse for me. Also, make sure you watch Legend or Clue this sometime this week.
There you go.
This was one I had to kind of hunt for to find a comparison, but I think this one's kind of going to be easy. Storm
I
Shadow
am going
as a Cobra or Night Creeper leader.
Storm Shadow as the what?
As a Cobra. Some people like to
as a
argue
Cobra. So as a Cobra Ninja specifically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at. What about Slice? What about if you're just giving me those two choices.
No, we can put Slice in there. Slice should have been in there.
I'm gonna go back to this idea: who replaced who, right? Like OG or New Jack version, and I get that fits with it, but I'm gonna say the OG for Storm Shadow was Snake Eyes. In that people seem to like to have a masked figure in their thing, made for a good lore thing. And then Storm Shadow bounced over to Joe to become Joe's ninja, even after Snake Eyes was kind of established as a commando / ninja. So I almost say Storm Shadow replaced Snake Eyes in a way. Right.
Well, we had this Storm Shadow before we had Ninja Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes was
I agree.
commando.
But so it just seemed like eventually Storm Shadow just kind of usurped Snake Eyes' role on Joe Team as I'm going to be the guy that's now going to go in and do all the infiltrating and sneaking around for you. It's my job now, right? I just don't have a newsie. Right?
Well, I was kind of specifically going with Cobra ninjas. So that was so Slice, Slice and Dice. I guess either one could have probably gone in there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, given your choices, I'd go Storm Shadow.
Yeah, I'm definitely Storm Shadow because really, I mean, fuck this guy right here. So, let's see. Almost to the end.
Yeah, I'm not gonna slam on the leader guy. It's just it wasn't a figure I had anyways. If guys had this and it was fun, great. But he's gonna be coming to the line anyways. But I
Yeah.
liked that they mentioned that Jesus, which one? It was Dice. Dice was it Dice that was the former Night Creeper leader? If you look at his background on his file card.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that reminds me.
And you got your Judy chop, all right? You got your karate chop, and you got your ninja chop.
That's right.
Who
Stone Shady chopped a tank into pieces. All right, so get on through these. Grunt. Who else was an infantry guy? Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot more infantry that I'm not even looking at, but I think their weapons loadouts were heavier or different, right? We're just talking about your basic infantry soldier here.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, was like the most basic plain, just an infantry guy. Lots of guys were infantry guys, but guys that were specifically designated infantry trooper, not as a secondary or a whatever.
Yeah.
Like the guys that were just mainly infantry guys.
It's Footloose. You know, I'm going to be that guy. I love the OG-13, but right, Footloose.
But
Be it the scrim on the helmet, the additional M72 rocket launcher, the more realistic rifle for its era, and the uniform cam, hands down, it's Footloose.
they're both really, really good figures. This one's hard for me. I really liked Grunt. Like Steve says, he was my very first Joe. That's kind of how I was with Torpedo. Wetsuit was a much better figure, but I just got the nostalgia more for Torpedo.
So remembering Grunt would have had the same thumb issues as Zap at times for a lot of us. I remember my Grunt's thumbs and crotch was broken. His backpack always rounded off, the peg rounded off, so it never sat properly, right? And he didn't have swivel arm battle grip. So mine was the original Grunt with just the limited points of articulation. So yeah, and Footloose came with a sling on his rifle, which was fun too, right?
Yeah, no sling, no sling.
Yeah,
this one is a hard one for me. Recoil was infantry, telephone radio operator, and LARP, Matthew says.
That was it. I just remembered that LARP was mentioned on his file card because that's kind of what part of our reconnaissance does, right? But so
I looked at
he was something to do with comms. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at Recoil, and that's why I didn't put him in here with them, is because it was like mainly comms. If you want to throw Recoil in here, be my guest, but I don't think anybody's going to go Recoil over Grunt or Footloose.
No, and I think he had stupid gun, stupid helmet, cool cam, right? Like something to that effect, if I remember the figure. I don't have my lap thing with me.
Didn't he have one of the dual, like, kind of like the Crimson Guard Immortals thing? Which was the worst.
Yeah, like the dual pistols on one handle, right? It was just weird shit that would never work.
Yes, role playing, live action. He played vampire.
No,
right.
LARP is long range reconnaissance patrolling.
I think they're making fun of the way I talk.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Did we get nuked? But it's Stu. I never looked at who was asking. Never mind. Fuck you, Lone Dragon. Fuck you, Stu. I mean that in the nicest way.
So out of these two, this one's kind of hard for me to pick because I really like Grunt. I've always really liked Grunt just because he's about as basic as you can get for a regular old trooper, but that's also what Footloose was by the time he come along. And again, the cartoon shaped a lot of my opinions on these guys, and I just like Footloose better. I think
for sure
kind of played up the the stoner laid back part a little too much, but Grunt never did a whole lot in the cartoon. So
And
Footloose
that's
gets-
what I mean. Like what I saw of the cartoon always seemed to feature Footloose, never featured Grunt. And I'm like you. Yeah, that stoner attitude of his was kind of comical. He was like the Shaggy of Joe.
exactly. That's exactly how I saw it. But and I'm like, was it yeah, Lone Dragon said, I thought he was a dumbass as a kid, realized as an adult he's a stoner, just a laid back
Well,
stoner dude. I think they
you
wrote
could call it stoner, but the point was he was a Zen guy, right? Like he
Yeah,
was the
yeah.
new medicine kind of guy, California beach
Well, he
bum
was-
types.
holistic. He was a holistic.
Oh, listen, he would do a van, living in a van kind of YouTube life.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Joe fans jumping in saying hello. I have three more of these
All
guys.
right, well,
And these are yeah, this one's a big one. I don't know. The other two are
All right.
meh.
This is fun. Okay, Stalker, finally.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Rangers
Oh,
lead the way into big decisions here.
no, I'm with Beachhead all the way. Beachhead, 100%.
Okay.
I like Stalker. I respect Stalker a lot as one of my favorite characters, one of my first shows, right? But Beachhead was just miles cooler as far as I saw it.
Okay.
He was Guns and Navarone kind of cool looking with the sweater and the balaclava, right?
Oh no. Beachhead Stalker, not fair, Brandon says.
Not fair. Yeah, it's two of the
It's a
coolest looking
tie.
Joes in the line.
It's about tied. But he wasn't like he didn't replace the nomenclature. Like he wasn't advertised as a ranger. He was the steady cam gunner.
Yeah, and I would advertise him as a heavy gunner, and we're looking for a general, purpose ranger. But
Yeah.
point taken, and you're accurate.
Yeah.
The balaclava, yeah, for Steve as well.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the V2 Stalker, and Hasbro made him come up with a new character.
Because imagine how dressing up as your favorite GI Joe at Halloween and you're wearing a balaclava named Stalker, like that became a bad word and synonymous, like with Zodiac Killer and things like that at the time, right? So
yeah, because they had to change the Night Stalker. They had to change the name on it.
Yeah, they were very conscious, right? So
yeah, Night Stalkers and schizophrenics, they were well aware.
Mhm.
What do you mean? I don't use deodorant.
So-
the thing I like about Beachhead the most is they really nailed the Alabama. He's from Alabama, and the drawl that certain parts of Alabama have. They nailed it with Beachhead.
Well, I liked the attitude because it was the most relatable attitude I had to my training cadre when I was going through my recce indoc stuff. Because one of the sayings they made us keep repeating is, I love how this sucks. Turn up the suck, right? So we'd be sitting in trenches or OPs, these covert OPs. It would be raining sideways. We'd have water up to our chest. And we were expected to say, give us more of that, right? Like this was the mentality. And everything in Beachhead's write-up, it sounds like shit those guys would have spewed at me if I started to like complain, right?
Yeah.
The 6 a.m. jogs, I like these,
Well, what is it? Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck. Yeah. We had the suck knob, turn that up to 10 and let's go. Like,
so this seems to be a pretty I didn't count, but it looks like it's a fairly even split between everybody. This is probably the hardest one on here, I would say. At least for me.
I think the dogs were. Dog
not
handlers
for,
were
not,
harder.
not for me, but this one, man. I got to go with Stalker. I really like Beachhead, but Stalker was just like Beachhead projected, Stalker didn't have to project how much of a badass he was. Beachhead had to let everybody know Stalker. You looked at Stalker and you knew, especially
Well,
the comic version.
Well, I thought both of them. You bring up naming convention. It's good. You know, I also see Lone Dragon. You know, I get his joke, but the naming convention for both of them were spot on, right? Like Stalker, you picture him stalking his prey in the woods. Beachhead is the very front of a fucking naval assault, like landing. That's
Yeah.
D-Day kind of stuff, right? All of them looked their part. So yeah, that is a tough one.
And I'm not ashamed to admit to you guys, because I like all you guys, that in 1986, I didn't know what a beachhead was.
Oh, I probably had to be told, like
I
from
had
war
no
movies we
idea.
were watching. Yeah.
I thought it was the funniest name for a guy that looked like he was a commando ninja. That could have been Snake Eyes V4 V3. You know, like I'm like, what is a beachhead? That sounds
yeah.
dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. So like snow job, I think was another one that had to get explained to me what a snow job was, right?
Yeah. I know how my cousin Justin explained it to me, and that's not what that figure was about. So
You're mispronouncing that.
yeah, I think you got that right.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta turn my mic off for a second to hit the bathroom while you get the other ones loaded up. So just give me a minute.
I'll bring them up, and then when you get back, you can give me your verdict on them. Make sure you got that mic off. Thought beachhead was when a whale came up on the beach. What kind of whale? I got two more for us to look at. One makes sense. The other one, you kind of have to look at it from outside a little for it to make sense. So, let's see. We got the Cobra Eel, and this one might be hard for some of you guys too. Cobra Eel or Hydro Viper. Now, Undertow, I didn't put in here because Undertow's an Iron Grenadier. I was trying to stick to the Cobra guys. If you guys want to say Iron Grenadier, if you want to go with Undertow, you can put him in here. If you want to put Lampreys in here, again, I didn't look at a lot of the vehicle drivers and the pilots for this, a la Deep Six. If you want to put fucking Sea Slug in here, Secto Viper, another one that I didn't have on the Vipers. So there are other sea guys, but like the main Cobra divers. And I didn't really put the V2s on here, Jeremy. I put like what was the first one that replaced this one. So that's why there's not really many V2s. What's up, Loki Wartooth? How are you doing?
Hey, what's going on,
Good
brother?
to see you.
So
So
my
we got
answer for this
eels or
was
hot
very easy. Yeah, I'm going eels because of the closest thing they look like to a military diver. And I had these all as a kid, I think. Definitely remember the Hydro Viper. I was just thinking, this reminds me too much of Masters of the Universe with that mask. Like now my Cobras are demons, underwater demons and weird shit like this. Yeah, but in classified, I definitely think I kind of like the Hydro Viper more now than I do the eels, which is sad because I only bought the one of them, and that's why I like it. To me, he's a unique character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Hydro Viper.
He's the right. Like no, we didn't put a whole lot of money and funding into this program.
Not at all. So Undertow is one of my favorite divers, but IG, not Cobra. That's why I didn't put him on here. But if any of you guys like Undertow the best, you can vote Undertow. I miss you too, man. You've been working a lot, I guess. You know, your nights have been busy. Let's see. Eels, because they had to be snow serpents or vice versa. Looks like eels might have won this one. This one is kind of hard for me. I really like the Hydro Viper, but this guy, when he came out in '85, because that's when they started going hard on water stuff, started in 84 and ramped it up in 85 with these guys and the hydrofoil and all of that. 85's, those are the two best years for me. So I'm going eels with this one. But I love the Hydro Viper. It's such a badass figure then and now.
Yeah.
All right, last one that I've got for you guys.
Oh, what a loaded one this is going to be.
And you may or may not see where this is going. Scrap Iron and Metalhead. Now, Scrap Iron is the anti-armor, and Metalhead is the tank specialist. I realize he is technically an Iron Grenadier. Why I didn't put Undertow on here, but I had to work Scrap Iron in, and there's really nobody else that destroys shit and comes with missiles.
I'll bring it up because it's going to be relevant because they name dropped it, but the Heat Viper is technically an anti-armor trooper as well. It's not a flamethrower. It's an anti-armor weapon. So you could put the Heat Viper in here, but really we covered that when we talked about Vipers. I'm going to tell you that I agree with you. Scrap Iron is the superior character because at least Scrap Iron isn't fucking ridiculous. Like there is nothing redeeming about Metalhead except his name and his head sculpt, right? I'll give him that. And, you know, Classify gave him good weapons, but the entire premise of this guy walking around with a bunch of rockets independently firing off of his sturdy human frame. Yeah, we're leaving it at Scrap Iron, end of tale.
Carlos clarifying the eels snow serpent debate. Snow serpents were eels, not the other way around. All right. Carlos is like a walking encyclopedia when it comes to real American hero stuff. Him and Johnny Reno, man, I missed that dude. Especially
and actually, sorry, but Carlos, I'm glad you brought that up because I also was well aware that snow serpents were eels because back when snow serpents were coming out, I was kind of hyped at the idea that they might one day release them with kayaks because if you read the snow serpent card, their insertions often include them getting kayaks so they can do their job, right? So I was kind of thinking what a great way that would be to reprint that for V2 Stalker and a new snow serpent, right?
Yeah, that I remember that. That could have worked. Yes, Scrap Iron sacrificed his face, man. Lone Dragon saying Heat Viper could have a giant laser cannon and still be anti-tank. Let me have my dream, damn it. What do you think about what Kimberlin says? I know it's a stretch, but you should have had Hawk, Duke, and Flint.
I'm going to add to that. Yep. No, you're right, Kimberlin. And to that, I would put them in the order of, goddamn. I really liked Flint above all three of those guys, all of those guys. Right. I think Flint was my favorite. Again, the beret factor, I think, and the shotgun. You know, he's simple.
I was out of those three. Mine is definitely Flint, and then Hawk, then Duke. Especially our 86, our General Hawk. Like I love that figure, man. I like that version of Hawk, and then of course our classified Hawk's a really good figure.
Yeah. So was this our last one? The Scrap Iron and Metalhead?
This was our last one that I've got.
Okay, I'm going to propose one that I thought you would have done. Right. All right, guys. So let's be real. G.I. Joe. If you were to take that 82 to 94, think about it for a second, and I were to tell you only one female remains on Joe. Is it going to be Scarlet, Lady J, CoverGirl, or Jinx? Those are the only ones I can think of off the top of my head. Which of those stay and which of them get the walking papers? Darren, I'm asking you and the chat.
I'm thinking, so like which one do I like better or applying logic to it?
No, you can state both if you want or just pick one answer for that. It's an open-ended question that can have a different perspective on it. I'm fine.
Logically, probably Scarlet. Which one do I like better? that I would want to be the last one standing is Lady J.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm seeing different answers in the chat. A lot of separation. I'm glad I asked that question. Cover Girl's my favorite. I see some support for Cover Girl. I see a lot of support for Jinx. I think, yeah, I'd be sucked to disagree. I think Lady J would probably be the one that makes the most sense to me for the team. Scarlet, I always thought was a bit of a reach with her loadout, crossbows and ninja stars and derringer pistols and perfect kung fu masters and things like that. But secretly, I always thought Jinx was just a really cooler concept, right? But she just, again, it was like, yeah, do you want a ninja with Joe's? But they made her look so cool, like the red ninja. Yeah.
Yeah. I was fine with Jinx. Actually, my real favorite out of those is a toss up between Lady J and Cover Girl. Like, I always really liked Cover Girl, and I didn't think she really got as many kudos as she probably should have. But Lady J was just such a good character and so versatile. But with what we were given, like, Scarlet is like such a jack of all trades.
So the one that always got me about it was for Scarlet, again, another broken crotch, broken thumb figure, single points of articulation in the elbows, no swivel arms, things like that. Back in those days, we weren't differentiating them by how well they did the face sculpts. All of these female face sculpts were goddamn terrible. At least Lady J had a hat, right? And it was like, there's some effort, yes, Cover Girl had something similar to cleavage for a figure of its time, but Lady J kind of stood out for me. But yeah, I like the sex symbols of the era. You could read it on Lady J's card, and you could see like somebody thought of Carol Burnett as the inspiration, right? Because Alison Hart Burnett is Lady J's other name, right? Big icon at the time was Carol Burnett, right? It was like, man, I don't make those links anymore, but
no.
Yeah, they were total butterface figures.
Yeah, they were all butterface, man. All
Bomb Strike qualifies if you go past 94. Absolutely.
She'd have been. Yeah, she'd have definitely been in there if we were going further. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is time to wrap it up. Let's see. Hold up. Cover Girl had a tank versus Lady J's camera and javelin or Scarlet's crossbow. That's a good look at it.
I mean, yeah, you retain the Wolverine if you pick Cover Girl, right? But either way, it wasn't like today's Joe. There just wasn't that many females to pick from back then. Now you've got plenty.
It's like being there. Being there when the bar closed.
Yeah, take this Tomb Raider, take this Gem in the Holograms. Fucking here's Strawberry Shortcake and tactical gear.
Right, here's everything. Give it all to us. So, what do you got coming up over on the Crusty Old Crow channel, man?
Well, I don't think it would surprise anyone if I told them I was planning a Snowcat review when that comes. I actually have several things on pre-order right now. Like most people, I went to Big Bad Workshop and I ordered a reporter because I'm going to order the ramen van when the September comes and those pre-orders become available. I'll order the news van. I ordered a cheerleader squad, which will be a background joke for a lot of my videos. But I also ordered a lot more Joy Toy. I have quite a bit of Joy Toy coming in. I'm not going to try and compete with our friend Wraith Mace as far as doing Joy Toy reviews. But regardless of these things getting 1 view, none views, or 10 views, or 100 views, I'm going to continue to wear you guys down with Joy Toy stuff. And I've actually started building new terrain pieces and background projects to scale with these. So a lot of fun, you guys. And no, the Joe content will continue, but Warhammer is coming to it. What about yourself, man? What do you got coming up?
Nothing till Night Force Psych Out and or Mistress Armada get here from Walmart. So I said Walmart. So if you guys didn't know, and the word got out. Walmart has the new wave slated for September 1st, just like Psych Out. Will they hold to it? I don't know. They may bump it back because everywhere else is still showing whatever November, but Walmart had them all for September 1st, and they haven't changed it yet. But I've also had them not change it till like what would be September 4th or 5th. So we'll see. But Walmart and GameStop had them slated for September 1st, and both of them have been known to get the figures first. So we'll see. Other than that, I still want to do a quick give my thoughts on the Despoiler. I didn't have time to do it last weekend. So we shall see.
Okay.
But other than that, I'll be back with Pop Blender next week. So
right on. Can I actually take a second to say something that we didn't talk about before?
Yeah.
Just something that's been going on a little bit lately, a little bit of conduct. I'm not going to get into the politics of it. We all know I'm Canadian. He's American. You guys are mostly American and mix of Canadian in there. We know what's going on. We're all fine with it. We all get along really great. It doesn't really affect how we coexist on YouTube until I start seeing the jokes in the chat from people I know about some of the recent things that have been going on about our military and things like that. That quote really kind of hurt me when I heard that politician say that Canada doesn't have an army, and just some of the sentiment. And I've recently seen things in chat groups of people that we've often visited making jokes about our military. And guys, I'm going to tell you, right? I'm going to put this image up, and I'm just doing this to explain it. If you're able to put that up, Darren, this is why I walk out of those rooms, right? I don't engage you guys on this. That's me on the front right, carrying my buddy home in Afghanistan. A lot of what's going on in the politics, I can handle, but when I start seeing the taunt against us in the chat and it goes related to that, I'm going to let you right now. I'm leaving because I'm about to tell you what I think of you. And I don't want to do that here. This is toy tubing. You can take that off now, please. All right. I just want to bring that point across because it's come up a couple of times on somebody's chat, and I've had to walk out of there because I've lit some people up. All right. It's a trade war. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. That's all I want to say about it. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm sorry, Darren, to ambush you with that. It's just, it's been discussed a little bit with me and some other people. It's starting to kind of get a little ugly in some places. I don't want to go to those places anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Well said. I don't get on here for that stuff.
Nope.
I don't really
Absolutely no place for it.
I might make a little joke once in a while about something, but when you start getting into serious stuff like that, I ain't on here for that, man.
No, man.
And
I respect everybody in the chat. So that's why I'm trying to say, like, hey, man, if you think you're making a joke with me that I'm going to laugh about, you're not, because the climate isn't funny. Not for me. Right?
Yep.
So I respect you by walking out. That's all.
Yep. Canada still holds the longest distance shot in combat. Yep. Vets deserve our respect.
No, and I wasn't trying to do that to poke that kind of response, guys. It's just let me put it this way: if you know, you know, right? And we'll just leave it at that, right?
Yeah, no, that's fine with me. A lot of them, Lone Dragon. There's a lot of it going on out there now. I don't want to put
Things are getting.
I don't want to put it all out here. It's as far as we really need to go. Yep. pro
it's all good.
Military in here. So Matthew had said, and Carlos both reminding us about Skeletron tomorrow. The Siberia and the Assault Trooper go up tomorrow. I got to look at the time. I don't know the time. If you guys know it, throw it in the chat real quick before we get
Yeah,
out of here. I
please.
want to say it's like 1 or 2 or something. I expect them to sell out. I don't know. I've never ordered from Skeletron, so I don't know like how their site handles traffic. So I don't know what to expect, but I am at least going to try to grab a Siberia. So 12 Eastern. Okay, good deal. So that'll be 11 from my time. So should be able to take care of that. I'm definitely going to order Siberia. I may grab one more Assault Trooper because you can do so much with that figure. And I'm pretty sure it's the best 6-inch figure that I own.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna order Siberia tomorrow as soon as I see it up. If I'm able to get that in before it sells out. But
Yeah.
I don't see myself ordering much Skeletron while this is going. That's a pick it up in person or let a lot of it slide, I think, for me, unfortunately. It's joy play.
And they're gonna be at Titans
Jason.
too.
Yeah.
Skeletron is they announced that last week, I think, maybe the end of the week before. Skeletron's also gonna be there. So we'll talk about that some more. We got a few weeks before that gets here, a whole 6 weeks or something. So if anybody's planning on going, maybe we can hang out. All right, we're gonna roll out of here. Like I said, maybe hopefully get a despoiler review coming up. May have something coming up. It's going to take up quite a bit of time that I would be in here doing stuff, and I got to get to work on October fun for Cobra News Now because definitely got some stuff coming. I may need to holler at you, Model Misfit. I've got something I can't seem to get done for it. Anyway, also Snowcat whenever that gets here. So
yeah, right. Yeah, the promise of that.
Snow Mew.
You're gonna get sick of it.
Yes. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're on the replay, thank you. Hit that like on both channels. Run over there and hit it on Crows and hit it over here. And good times as always. You guys always make it fun. And we will see you guys in about 2 weeks.